Come on.
Okay. Also, it's kind of storming here, so if I drop out, it's because I lost
Is
power.
it?
Yep.
Yeah, apparently it's been raining here when I was away, so.
It's been pretty stormy over the past week or so.
Nice. How was the heat wave? I missed both of the heat waves.
Well, how was it over there?
Well, so the week before there was a heat
Mhm.
wave, but when we got there, it was like nice
Oh,
and
it wasn't.
breezy.
Oh,
Like it was
nice.
sunny. Like it was sunny, but it was fine.
It was hot as fuck, but
Yeah.
I didn't, we have central air pretty much everywhere down here does, so it was probably
No
worse
AC at
for.
all over there.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
Yeah.
figured.
I
So
knocked
it's
you.
good that you missed that, because
Yeah.
that would have been miserable. Um,
People were jumping into the Seine River, so it was kind of crazy. I would not.
yeah,
That's brave. I think the tourists were doing it. Like literally, I think the tourists were doing it. And like I was talking to the French people, like
they
a
were
couple of
like,
French people.
ooh.
They were like, yeah, never in a like. She's like, I could literally be like scorching and burning from the sun, and I'm not jumping in that thing. Like
not
I'm
risking
not
it.
jumping in that thing. No, the river's gross. The river is very
I mean,
gross.
I mean, any old like European waterway, it's just like
It,
centuries of people just dumping like
yeah,
bullshit into it and
yeah.
literal shit.
No, not a lot of visible
Like
garbage. But it's
pretty gnarly.
like green and brown. Like it changes colors by the sunlight. Like whenever the sunlight hits it, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah, I would
Mhm.
not. I would not. But the cool thing is, I love the way the city's structured.
Okay.
Um, uh, it there's so many like third spaces like the entire city is a third space. It's so weird. Everything closes at 2. Like they all just like, and then
Sure.
they open back up at 5. There's restaurants like everywhere. Like every single street has like at least 10 restaurants. It's insane. And they're all packed all the time.
Yeah.
Like at night, there's like hardly any seats
People
available.
are just out.
People are just out all the time. The subway's like running until like 1 o'clock, so people are just constantly always taking the subway, going from place to place. I was talking to a young French girl, like I think she's like 23ish, and she's like, and she did like a semester here in Florida. She's like, I didn't really like it. She's like, it's so hard to get
Well,
around.
she went to Florida. I mean,
Well,
not the best.
Miami. Well, she went to
Yeah.
Miami,
Well,
so it's a little different
I
than
mean,
like
I don't
Jacksonville
think
or
they have
something, right?
great public transportation there. So
Right,
yeah,
right, right,
but
right. She's like, I hated that. Like, I hated, like, I couldn't get to somewhere I wanted to go to without like doing a car. Like, whereas like kids in France, like by the age of 12, they're taking subway like
yeah,
independently. She's like, we're outside all the time,
yeah. That's
and
why
so we
I
did
love
the
going to cities just for that reason because I love
right.
seeing city kids in the wild. Like I love like in Boston, like
Yep.
on the T, watching like 9-year-olds just hop on after school, sit on, do their homework, and leave. I'm like,
And
good for
leave.
you. I'm like, good
Right.
for
Like, it's
you.
so
Like
cool.
I know so many kids down here whose parents don't even leave like their like 13, 14-year-olds home alone. They're like, oh, I
Yeah.
can't be trusted. I'm just like, and here are some nine year
Right.
olds just like
Just
taking
on
on
the
the
bus.
city.
Right, right, right. Like,
Like,
it's so
okay, good for
cool.
you. Like,
Like
I love it.
I always think like the city life is so cool for that, right?
Yeah.
Um, and then like when we did the Seine River tour, um, it's just like, well, the Paris is an island. It's literally just an island. We're surrounded by the river.
Mhm.
Um, the entire like walkway, there's like 2 sections of it. So this is where like the cars are, and like they have like a whole broad like a huge, it's like a sidewalk literally for the river, where you could just walk. You see it in the movies all the time, right? Like there's like the upper level and there's like a wall, and then like there people are just walking. You see it in Bond movies all the time, or like
Yeah.
Mission Impossible movies all the time.
Sure.
People are like, they're at night, like there's like sections where like they have like bars set up there
Oh, that's
on the
neat.
river. Like there's boat bars, and the entire walkway is like the entire the river length is full of people. It's so cool, and there's like certain sections where when we were driving, when we were like riding by on the boat, there's like dance classes happening there. Like people are doing like the salsa, the merengue, like the
Cool.
foxtrot. Like it's just separate sections set up for like this
Gonna be
stuff, and I'm just like,
foxtrotting.
that is so
That
cool.
is very cool though. It's like it just it's like we just miss out on so much of life because
So
we're
much
so
because
like
we're in fucking
isolated.
bumblefuck Connecticut, right? Like it's like, who's doing that?
Mm-hmm. Well, right. I mean, it is like city versus. I mean, people out in the countryside of France
But I
aren't
think they're doing
probably
that in
doing
the
that shit.
countryside too.
I mean, I'm sure they have more community style events in general, but
Yeah, because you know why I say that too is because so when we were going towards Versailles, which is away from Paris, it's like a 40-minute a bus ride, so it's quite a far away. We had to get on the subway, get off, and then take the bus towards like a bigger station. So we're like way outside the city. It's still the same structure, just no tall buildings anywhere. It's just houses, but it's still the same structure everywhere. Like there's the river is like if there's a waterway, they have like a whole section built around it, and people are running. They love to fucking run over there, by the way. I don't know why. Like everybody fucking runs. Like in the morning time, there's like the entire fucking street
interesting.
is filled with runners
For a country
all the time.
with such a high like cigarette smoking rate, like
Everybody smokes, dude.
they
Everybody
smoke and they
smokes.
jog. All right,
Like
interesting.
every time I fucking see Macron video of him, he's fucking running everywhere. Like, and I'm just like, because at the NATO summit, the first fucking did is like an hour run, and like
Okay.
the news media and like the American news media is like, wow, look at Macron trying to show off that he's fit. No, this is just something they fucking do
He's
because I
like,
was literally
sorry, I
there.
just fucking run.
Right,
Like,
look at our fucking president, fat ass. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
our president is struggling to walk, but it's fine.
like he's having congestive heart disease while their president is able to fucking run. But I feel like that's a thing they
Allegedly
do.
not even continent, but
Yeah. But it's a thing they
yeah.
do. And it's not just in the city to go back, but it's in the villages area too. It's like there's constantly like third places built
Mm.
around
Actually,
like a central point.
I love 90 Day Fiance, the show 90 Day
I don't know
Fiance.
what that is.
It's well, the original concept show is basically it's just like documentary. It's a reality show, documentary style of people who have fiancés from other countries and they immigrate here on the K1 visa, which is like the fiance visa, which is a
Okay, okay. Oh, is
accelerated
that the guy with the
immigration
like the no
process.
neck?
Yes, he's a character. Yes,
He's a character in it? Okay, okay.
well,
I know what you
he's
mean.
a cast. Yeah, and like he's
Okay.
not in all of them. Like there's been a million seasons of it. Basically,
Okay.
I remember. I think maybe last year they did it the other way. So like the American moved to France,
Would go over there.
and
Okay.
they ended up like she was from Paris, I think, but they ended up moving to the countryside, and she was like
Okay.
losing her shit because there was nothing to do. But
Yeah.
I'm seeing like a whole like you have a ton of neighbors, like you're all like pretty close to each other. You have
Yeah.
like a chocolate shop in walking distance, like like she can walk to like stores, cafes,
Okay.
stuff, and she's still like freaking out. She's like, "There's nothing to do here." So I'm just like, "Okay, like what do you mean?" I'm like, to
Yeah,
me, nothing
I
to
can see
do
that.
is like I walk out of my door and I just see trees, like because
And there's
that's
like no people.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I can see that though. Like, but that's like going from like New York
Mhm.
to where you are.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I'm sure somebody who lived in New York City would come stay at my house and be like,
lose their
"So,
fucking mind.
do you just stare at the wall?" Like, no.
Do you
I just
like?
have to have a car. Like,
Is it quiet? Is it quiet here? Is it so quiet? Because I hear that from like New Yorkers all the time. They're like, why is it so quiet? Like it's because they don't hear like the fucking subway click 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 click
mm,
running past their their apartments all the time.
right. But it's still interesting because to me, it's not that quiet out here because I walk outside and I just hear like bug noises and animal
Yeah,
noises
that's
like
quiet
so
to those
loud.
people. That's not
That's,
loud though.
I mean,
That's not like a jackhammer,
the first night I slept here, it literally kept me up because there's like animal noises. But
Honestly,
you know,
I
different
would sleep
strokes.
better with the jackhammer than the animal.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wasn't concerned that it was gonna like break in or anything, but
It's still annoying. Like it's
yeah.
just like I don't know.
I mean, you get used to it.
I
I like
yeah
I like nature. I like, nothingness. So it's fine for me. But
yeah.
some people might not
No,
like
no,
that.
no. I agree. But if somebody's like that's used to living that way, then they're like, okay, well,
For
what the fuck is
sure,
happening here?
for
Yeah.
sure.
Um. Oh, I tell you, I almost hated trains. I should mention this. I almost fucking hated trains. So literally, when we get there,
Hmm.
we get there early morning. I think when we get out of the airport, and then we're like, well, we're not gonna Uber. We're just gonna. So there's two different types of trains. They have the metro, and then they have it's called the RERA or
Okay,
RER, and there's like a bunch of there's like A, B, C, D, and E, which are their like those are the longer running trains. They don't stop. They go from like one location to the other. So there's one from the airport and towards like
gotcha.
a certain section of the of Paris or like outwards, right? They don't stop anywhere. Um, we get there, we get out of the airport, we get our passes. I can actually like it's just like a normal little pass. I think here it's called a Navgo. It's like this. This is what you use. You reload it in all the time.
Okay.
And So we get on the train. There's a fire somewhere on the tracks. So we're delayed like 40 fucking minutes easily. I think
Hmm.
maybe longer than it. Maybe like I think it was like maybe might have been an hour. Um so we get on the train and then like the train starts moving. It's pretty empty. It's pretty going calm. Like I'm excited. I'm still fucking like super tired, but I'm like I'm on a fucking train. Like this is so
Could have
cool.
taken a nap on the train. Sounds like
No,
you
well
get
we're
tired.
standing.
Oh,
We're
but you
standing.
said it was
And like
empty, didn't you? Did you not?
no.
Did I make that up? Oh, I could have sworn you
Yeah, I
said
think
it
you just
was
meant that.
okay.
No, well,
Okay,
like
sorry.
it's
This is
it's
making
not
shit up.
full. Like there's the seats are all taken, but it's not like crowded. Um,
Gotcha. Okay, I see.
and but plus you're in like a foreign city. It's your first day there. You're not really gonna sleep on a train. Like it's that you're a psychopath. You know what I mean? Especially when you
I
got like
well,
fucking
I
suitcases
was
next to you.
kidding. I was kidding. I mean,
No,
to
okay,
be
yeah.
fair.
Well, you're right. So there was this delay because of a fire. We start going, and then we get to the end of that train, and then we have to take another train to get to the other side, right? Don't speak a lick of fucking French. Now we don't know who to fucking talk to, and then somehow there was another American person there. They're like, oh okay, like they asked somebody. They're like, okay, well now you got to go to the other side of the track. So we go down the stairs, up the stairs on the other side. We get there, train comes. Because of the delay, it got so packed we couldn't get on the fucking train. Right.
Mm.
So that train goes, then another train comes, same fucking thing because of the so long of a delay, everybody was late and everybody's just trying to run into the train. So
Jeez.
luckily we're able to
Best.
get into uh the other train, right? And then that no, actually no, like I jumped ahead. So we go down and go to the other side of the track, right? We miss that train and then they're like, well, no, now you got to go to the other side of the track because that's where that train is going to come in. Mind you, 8 hours of flight, 2 hours
And you're
of
just
driving from
bouncing back and forth.
go down with the
Yeah.
suitcases, by the way, and then
Mm.
go up again to be able to get onto the train. I think that was wrong too. So we had to fucking go onto another platform to be able to get on the train, right?
Yeah.
Finally we get onto the train and it's packed to the fucking T, dude. And I'm pissed. Like I'm so pissed. Like you understand? Like it's just like everybody's just around me.
Mm.
I'm sick of it. I'm sweaty. It's early fucking morning. It's like 8 a.m. in the morning and I'm just fucking pissed. I have
Mhm.
my backpack, and then it was supposed to rain, so I bought my rain jacket. So I had my rain jacket through the fucking loop, like right there, right? I guess it must have been bugging the girl behind me.
Mhm.
And then she fucking like I'm pissed, and she says something in front of like Jackie, like I don't fucking hear her because I'm not fucking paying attention. She's behind me, and everybody's like squished. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Like, what do you like magically the jacket to fuck? Like, what do you want me to do? I can't take my backpack off. Like, you're
Yeah.
swishing me into the pole, and there's like everybody surrounding me. I'm
Yeah, I
literally
can't
like
really
this,
go back
holding
there
on to
and
this.
like, yeah.
What am I supposed to fucking do? So this guy next to me telling me like something about the jacket. I just forgot. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. I literally was like, I don't
Like
give a
she can
fuck.
deal with it for a few more minutes.
Like she can fucking deal with it, right? Like I like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like two stops fucking later, like bunch of people get off and everybody can move around a little, right? Like it was totally fine. But I get it. It's early morning. She's probably late to work. You know, she's pissed. I'm
Yeah,
pissed.
she's
Everybody
annoyed.
in the
She
train's
has this
pissed.
jacket in her face. She's like,
Like
what the fuck,
just like
dude?
rubbing on her
Why are you
shoulder. I
taking
get
up
it.
so much space?
But I get
So
right.
obnoxious.
Like, but I'm like, I can't literally. I would take the fucking backpack off. I physically fucking can't. Like, I physically
Yeah.
can't move. You want me to inconvenience 10 people, push them away to
Yeah.
take this fucking backpack off?
Yeah, I mean, if you can't do anything about it, then
I literally get off the train and I'm like, fuck this fucking train, dude. I'm never taking this shit ass fucking train. Don't ever tell me to get
that
on this fucking
train.
train. I was so pissed. I was so mad. It almost made me hate the fucking train.
Wow. Well, I'm glad it got redeemed somehow.
Oh, but then I got on the subway and the metro, regular metro, and I was like, "Oh, this is the fucking greatest thing ever." The entire
Oh,
time I'm
right.
sitting there,
I like trains. It's okay, guys.
the entire time I'm sitting there going like, "How can we transport this to Connecticut? Like, I need to be able to
Yeah.
do this to Connecticut." Anyways,
It's okay. We can be cranky at trains sometimes and still like them as a concept.
yes, very much so. The entire time in my mind, every time I take a train, I'm in my head, I'm going like, how much will this cost if I do this? Maybe what if I just start from like it's Hartford, Manchester, you know, West Hartford, like just like a few towns connected, just one train, just to offload. Cause like, dude, like think about it, like I could fit like 1,000 people on one train. That's like 1,000 cars off the road every hour. Like not even every hour, every like 5 minutes.
Yeah, dude, you'd think it'd be something our government would do. Like they'd be like, "Hey, this is probably a good idea. Let's do it." But you know,
How much would it really cost? Like it costed China like $200 billion to build 50,000
it's probably
miles
one
of
of those
track.
things that ultimately would like save a bunch of money because
Oh, and like
know,
you charge people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like to get the card first of all, and then to recharge constantly. Like you would make the money back, easily make the money back,
Exactly.
and then
You know
so
what
much
pisses me
more
off?
like business revenue. You know what I mean? Like I don't go to New Haven, but if I
Right.
wanted to, I could take like a fucking train ride, 30 minutes to be back quick that very night.
Easy.
And more business for New Haven, more business for Hartford, more business for every single one of those stops in the way.
Hmm. I mean, well, Connecticut does have a train though.
It's an Amtrak, but like it's not like it's like every hour there's one.
Yeah, it's for people going to New York City,
Like New
probably for
York
the most
City.
part.
Yeah. Yeah, it just stops in New Haven. It doesn't stop anywhere else. If it's from Hartford, New Haven to New York, that's it. That's 3 stops.
Yeah.
I want something like a subway type of thing, right? Like buses.
No, I get what you mean.
And it doesn't even have to have like crazy stops to begin with. Like from East Hartford, it's just a river across. You could do like a quick, you know what I mean? Somebody that's like waiting for the bus, they could just get up on and just go on. Like Manchester's not that far away. That's like you can easily connect like from Hartford to Central Station in Hartford to East Hartford to Manchester, loop around to West Hartford, like all that other area, and then from Farmington you just cut across and then back at Hartford. Like you just do a quick little loop right there, and you hit like 3 big towns, right? Like easily. Now you just made it super easy for people to get around. Like, and
It doesn't have to be complicated.
it doesn't. You don't even need many trains. You just like 3 trains that just run in circles. You know, like every 15 minutes. Like people don't mind waiting that.
Yeah,
that's 1,000 people. It's
it
like
it would increase
20 buses.
Business revenue and stuff like that. I mean, people would
100%.
probably go out more if you don't have to worry
Way
about
more.
parking and drinking and driving or anything like that.
Yeah,
Because
right.
the price of an Uber probably does dissuade a lot of people from going out when they might otherwise
100%.
have.
100%.
So
nobody wants to take the bus. They don't feel safe in the bus. Like something about a bus just doesn't feel safe, right? Like I don't. Maybe that's just me. Like to me, like I feel like I like.
I mean, I don't have a problem with that, but I don't have a problem with them. I mean, they're just.
I took a bus in Paris. It's fine
Yeah, I mean, there's problems with buses too. I mean, they're pretty frequently like late or
because they're stuck in traffic.
inconvenient somehow. It can
Yeah,
be
all the time.
busy. I feel like it's a little easier to stand on a subway than a bus, personally. Like,
But like, well, you kind of hit the nail on the head, right? Like the bus has to follow the rules of the road just as the car does. If there's a car accident, well, fuck, well, the bus is late 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like, the train doesn't have that issue.
mhm.
There's nothing impeding that train.
Exactly. Yeah, you're not gonna
Very
really.
few things.
I mean, there's some things, but you're not gonna really get stuck in traffic. It's just like if there's a major issue, you might get stuck, or
Yeah. Like if there's like a
sometimes they
tanker
just
issue.
shut down. They have
Yeah,
like a battery
but
issue
that's
or
like
whatever, but it's
that can be
okay.
fixed.
But
And some of the new ones, and they're like very easy to maintain.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, other than that,
It should be done.
it
It's
should be
just
done.
capitalism and our obsession with cars that we're not doing
Yep.
it. And in
Yep.
Charlotte, they're going to expand the highways like another 4 lanes and just make that a whole toll lane. And I believe our tolls are paid to Israel. Like it's like an Israeli company somehow. Like hopefully
Oh,
that's not
nice.
me spreading misinformation, but I'm pretty sure that that's the
Would I
case.
be surprised?
I know it goes somewhere foreign. I think it's Israel, but I don't 100% know. So don't quote me on that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, but yeah. So just more ways to just seep money from people and also not make travel any more convenient.
No. And like think about like
Because when those toll roads, sorry, not to cut you off again, I swear on highways that have those like toll road like fast lane type things, like
yeah.
the traffic on the rest of it just gets worse.
Worse.
Somehow, like worse than it
Right.
normally would be. You
Right.
know, so I don't know
Person's
the
like, I
science
just don't
behind
want.
that, but
Yeah, but the people are probably like, just I don't want to go on the toll road. I'll just go on the like the regular road.
yeah. And then you
You know
get
what I
sick
mean?
of it, so you're just like, fuck it, and then you turn
I'll
it,
just
and then they
right.
get $8 from you.
Right. And you're just miserable all the entire time.
Yeah, and you're pissed off
And
because like
and honestly,
you're both in traffic and you paid $8. Like
exactly.
anyway.
Plus, like, it would realistically cost the same amount of money you'd think, right? Like to build that, like the the extra lanes to do like something like the subway, maybe a little bit more for like a subway style type of thing because America is so big. So maybe a little bit more. It might take a little bit longer, but it's so much better. It's so much because like you think about it, like the amount of carbon dioxide that's like being pumped in, all the rubber melting. So you have to fix the highway every like what 2 years, year, like you know what I mean? Constantly, you have to maintain it.
Yeah, exactly. Constant road maintenance.
You could just
I mean,
build a train.
to Orion's point, I mean, this isn't a direct point, but all the traffic related
Yep, all those
accidents. Like,
deaths. Yeah.
I mean, the deaths in themselves terrible, but if we're talking economically, like that's another taxpayer strain
Yep.
because of the services to help
Cops,
people clean
ambulance.
up,
Yeah.
all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean,
And like
hey,
the environmental hazard like that happens because of like like what like some oil tanker or some like chemical spill that happened because the 18 wheel of
yeah.
the flipped or something like that. It's insane.
I mean, ultimately, a train would probably do this too, but the expansion into the highway that they are planning, I guess, will uproot a lot of historically black and brown neighborhoods, as it always does.
But I mean, if you did it underground,
That's true. Well,
just do it
I
underground.
don't know if you can really have houses and stuff on top. Can you? I guess.
I mean, there's buildings on top of
Yeah, I
like
guess
in
there already
Paris,
is. Yeah,
New
yeah.
York.
I guess that was kind of a dumb
There's a
point,
ton of
but
buildings,
yeah.
and it's like 7 to 10 meters deep. Like you're not really
Yeah,
feeling
that's
you're
true.
not feeling that.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? Another thing too is so we did a cooking class there to make croissants, and we were deep underground, and like there's cars running and like subways running like all around us. You
That's
hear
fun.
it because it's
How
so
did your
cool. It's
croissant
like
turn out?
it was good. It was good.
Nice.
It was not bad. I learned a lot of baking out of whisk and like
There's a lot of butter
folding
in
and stuff.
croissants.
Oh, there is. Like so like well the special thing is like the folding the bread the correct
Mhm.
way and like having the
Yeah.
correct because the croissant is the layers. You got to get the layers correctly.
Yeah.
So which was cool. Which is cool. But like
That's
I mean, New
fun.
York has like
Sorry.
buildings on top of their
That's
subway. Like
distracting.
Paris has it, London
Yeah,
has it,
yeah.
like all over. It's not. I don't think that's a big
Yeah,
deal.
I mean, yeah, it's probably not a big deal. It was just
No.
a thought. Just a thought.
Yeah. Anyway, so we spent 30 minutes talking about trains, which we fucking love. I love it.
Classic. I mean, I think that's a good way to return to all the factors. Just give trains their due, some proper train time.
Exactly, exactly. So there's an open. Okay, so I have an opening video that I thought was really funny. It has nothing to do with what we're gonna talk about.
I was gonna say, I see the title now, and I'm like, oh, this has absolutely nothing to do with. It might
Nothing.
actually
I
be
just
contradictory to anything that we're gonna talk about
absolutely. The
today.
only reason I wanted to bring this up was I wanted to showcase white culture. You know what I mean? Like, there's so often
Okay.
we don't
Right.
highlight white people and their cultural impact. So
Okay.
I thought we should highlight this and then bring that into the fold, right? Like we always talk about, this, that, this. No, but this is important. Tell me you don't know you don't know somebody that does this. You may at one point might have done this. I don't think so, but like,
Okay. Well, regardless, before we start,
hey, right here, show it to her, bro.
thank you for thinking of my people. Thank you for thinking of Array
Right.
Mary's wife's people, our people. That was nice of you.
I
Alrighty,
Sure.
let's go.
Stop! Brady, look at me, eyes on me. Just back up. I know that look. He's about to black out. Brady, breathe in. Breathe out. I thought we were done with this life, baby. You promised. It's only me and you in this room, Brady. Look into my eyes. You're not you when you're angry. Please, come back to me. Break through.
I love that.
I know you're in there somewhere. Back up! I got this! Brady, don't make me sing our song. Twinkle, twinkle.
Are you kidding me?
twinkle star.
Oh my god.
Enough! Brady, this isn't who you are, okay? Remember the lake. Remember the ducks. That is who you are. Can't believe that just happened. And don't apologize to me. Apologize to yourself, Brady.
I have seen so many like actual, like not like satirical, like actual videos that are exactly like this.
I feel like this was
So
a
many.
trend for a while ago.
Was
Yeah,
it?
like it's like look at me, babe. It's just me. Like, yeah, no, those are the girls who post on Facebook or whatever that are like, my man, you don't know the demons he's gone through. You may judge him, you don't know him like I do.
You know what it reminds me of?
I would like to say I've never engaged in this behavior.
Okay, well, you're not embracing your culture. But you know who this reminds me of? Cop wives.
Yeah.
This reminds me of army wives and cop wives. Like, you know what I mean? Like the stolen valor ones. Like, army wife, you don't know the sacrifice we make. Cop wife, worried all the time if he'll ever come back home, and the guy's just like shooting black and brown people outside. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, the dude is in a tank. Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, like
he's coming back home. He's coming back home. Don't worry about it. He's in a fucking tank. He's all right.
Well, I mean, how many times do we have to like cite statistics about how like it's not anywhere near the most dangerous job? First of all, second of all, like just like you being just the wife, just being a woman or the wife of a cop makes your life, your existence more dangerous than your husband. Like, chill out. Like, you're at risk. Like, I'm afraid for you. No, I'm sure there's good husbands out there who happen to be cops.
No, nothing is a monolith. Nothing is a monolith. I'm sure of that.
But I definitely get where you're coming from.
But it's just there's a bunch
fun.
of Brady's out there that are unleashing their demons, when they get a little drunk. It has to be. It has to be. No, I've seen this. Like, I remember, like, one time, I think it was during the Super Bowl. I watched this video of like this guy just getting absolutely fucking shit faced at a bar, and like looking to fight cops. Like he was, and then there's this girl is there, like, please no, stop, like stop there. I'll talk to him. Like, and the guy is just like trying to lunge at the cop,
Why?
and I'm just like, what are you
What are
doing?
we all doing here? What are we
And then he
doing?
gets arrested, and she's like, look what you've done now. Look what you've done. And I'm just like,
The drama.
right?
Okay.
It's just literally
Fine.
like it's a performance happening. So it was. I saw this and I was like, I have to show the culture. Like we
Yeah.
have to bring this to light. It's great. But
It's good to show
anyways,
it sometimes.
right. I figured we start the episode with a funny stuff, because what we're probably going to talk about next is not so funny,
Everything else
and
is terrible.
it's very horrible, because we're going to talk about Maine and the situation there. So and to your point, uh a lot of the times it's these cops and these army people, they, their wives are worried about like whether they're going to come home or not. It's the wives that are really in danger, without them realizing it. They're thinking they're marrying this tough guy, that knows how to protect her, but there's a lot of stuff that happens, you know uh, comes from the person that is supposed to protect her. So yeah, like
Absolutely.
I was away when this all was happening, so I just know the basic gist of it.
Mhm.
When you texted me, I couldn't really like look it up as to what was happening, because when you texted me, like, oh, there's an accusation. I think I was literally at Disney,
Yeah.
and I I think I was about to get on a ride, and I'm like, well, I thought it was like another like fake attack, like a Republican
Sure.
attack or like a
Sure.
Democratic attack, right? Like that was coming at him, and it was like completely fake. That
No,
like,
and
oh,
I
it
think
was
you
just
said that, and I didn't. I mean, I didn't have any. I wasn't like offended or whatever by your response because it was still like developing at that time.
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah.
kept seeing like a lot of people being like, "Okay, these are credible. Like this is clearly
Okay.
credible." But I
Yes,
hadn't
yeah, I didn't know that.
I hadn't read the article yet. But then I
Yeah.
read the article, and it's like Politico was able to do a lot of corroboration of what happened.
So here's another thing that I have a question was, I thought New York Times also talked to what's the person's name? Amy?
Jenny Rasico.
Jenny Rasico?
Jenny Rasico, yeah.
Jenny Rasico, right? I thought New
They
York
did.
Times
They
hinted.
did.
So why didn't they report this?
So that's a good question that I don't think has actually been really cleared up yet. It's either that she didn't fully divulge or they couldn't get the same corroboration that Politico
Because
was
it's
able
the
to.
same story where because we talked about this on our show, right? It's the same story where she's told him not to come, but he came anyways.
Yeah.
That's Jenny Rasico, right? Like that's the
Mhm.
whole incident.
Yeah, that's
Because
it. Yeah.
because when we talked about it, we were like, okay, well, the other one, the Fifield one, is like, okay, that's obviously politically
Yeah.
motivated.
Yeah.
But me and you, I remember us going like, well, the one where he goes and breaks into the house,
You're like
that's
scary.
a scary one.
Weird.
I'm sure we
Yeah.
talked about that. I remember us saying that, and those
Yeah, we
exact words coming
absolutely
out of
did
our mouth,
that.
like,
Yeah, we 100% did. And something that Emma Vigeland keeps saying, and this is something that I kind of want to talk about, like the left's response a little bit later, but she keeps saying that like the New York Times article kind of had like a vibe almost like that there was something darker that happened. They just never actually said it. And I feel like that was true. Like that's what we were picking up on. Like yeah, that's really scary. Like going through this, like these are bad things, but like where's the like
something
unforgivable
happened,
thing? Like
right?
exactly.
Because when we talked about that portion of the well, yeah, Ryan, like the Fifield story was definitely like her corroboration of it was definitely politically motivated,
right? But so I read something, I can't remember the source, that, and it doesn't like say necessarily that whatever Lindsay Fifield is, that wasn't politically motivated at all, but also
Yeah.
like it sounded from that account, whatever I was reading, that she thought she was going to be the secondary story in that story. Like she was, like her experience was going to corroborate the sexual assault. Like it was going to show a pattern of behavior, not that but it ended up that she was the headliner because that story, the sexual assault story, didn't.
Because she tweeted something like that too, right? Like she tweeted something like that out.
She may have. I don't.
I think me and you read a tweet.
And if she did, like I believe that. I think that makes a lot of sense. Like just because somebody is a Republican operative or in the Republican space, like doesn't mean that their story isn't like, like I don't want to say that. And kind of in hindsight, I kind of like feel shitty about not taking her seriously,
but again, like her story could have it probably is true, but she used it for a political reason. That much is, I think, without a
that's absolutely
outside the doubt. So I don't feel shitty for her at all, because you used it for a politically, as a political leg up. Like that's what you did. And I'm gonna bring that back later on when we talk about what the Democrats' response has been. But I kind of want to say, like when we read the New York Times article, when I read that New York Times article by myself and on stream, I never, I was like, oh well, that's a little weird, like that he breaks into somebody's house when they told him not to. Like that's weird. Mm-hmm. But I never got the feeling that there was sexual intercourse. Did you ever know that? Like there was actual sexual intercourse with that incident?
No, there's no way to know that from
that. There was no way to know that, right?
Because they didn't say that.
They didn't say that, exactly. So when you texted me, I was literally like, oh, this is just another like thing somebody saying like Lindsay Fifield, because that incident doesn't even like register, because I thought it was like, oh, because that incident, it's crazy that it's really fucking crazy that he broke in, but I'm like, the guy was. And this is, I guess, where our fault is. This is where I feel fucked up about it, because what I'm about to say is kind of fucked up, right? Where I go like, I'm making an excuse for him. Like, well, the guy was probably drunk. He probably didn't know what he was doing, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of fucked up. Like, like I shouldn't say that. But again, at the same time, like the guy has PTSD, blacked out of his mind. A lot of us have been blacked out of our minds and have no idea what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But that story changes when there is that other aspect of her account that comes into play. Like, oh no, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
No matter how fucked up he was, no matter how drunk he was, that's like along with breaking in and doing all that. Like, nah, you're done.
Yeah,
you would have called for him to be done with that New York Times story.
Yeah, if we had known all this at that point, then absolutely it would have been done at that point too, because there is no forgiving the level that it took to. I mean, it's obvious. We were all hoping for, that we believe in redemption. I think anybody who is on the left who is saying like, oh, this, who's basically saying that we should have known this and he should have been shot down immediately. Like, well, then you don't believe in redemption, and that's not a core value of who you are, so you don't really belong on the left. Like, how can you say that but like be like, oh, but we shouldn't, but we should have prison reform and stuff like that? Because like, well, do you believe in redemption or not? And I understand that redemption doesn't mean you get to be a senator. That's where like I understand that, like and like I don't know if you saw, I figured I hadn't posted a video in a while, so I like responded to every comment. I was like, let me try to actually like try. So I was like kind of getting into that a little bit with people in the comments. Like, I'm not saying he has to go to jail without a trial. I'm saying he doesn't get to be the senator.
Right. No, that is gone. Yeah. That is gone. He does not. Obviously, we know now that he's done. I think he's made the correct choice.
Yeah. I mean, he did step down, but yeah. I mean, in hindsight, I do think like maybe we have to have a higher standard, I guess, for candidates going forward. Like we have to, like I said, build up more of a robust system of potential candidates, so that if something like bad Reddit posts, Nazi tattoos, cheating on your wife, which like in hindsight, like when we first talked about it, like I was like, yeah, I know if his wife forgives him, like who am I to say something? But
Right.
now I'm like, wait, like no, because like that's her business, but it still speaks to his morality and who he is and his judgment. And
Yeah.
I don't believe that somebody who does that has good enough judgment to
Yeah.
be in like we're undervaluing like what the power that being a senator has, you know, like, and you don't
Right.
just get that just cause.
And
But sorry, go ahead.
no, if I was the only thing I was gonna say is, and I've sent this to you too, is like when Daria Lisa was elected, people were making fucking president, like making him a president
Yeah,
with
yeah, we
Daria
talked
Lisa.
about
I
that a
sent you
little
that.
bit. Yeah,
I sent you that, which I
we
thought
talked
at the
about it
time, I'm
on
like,
here.
that's fucking ridiculous. Like, nah, like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But again, like, I completely agree with your point. Like, if you're a leftist, if you believe in all the reform, then, and as you said it, and maybe I don't necessarily disagree with what you said, but then it's kind of the same thing, right? Like, well, like we just have to vet better people. But what if there is somebody out there that is truly like
yeah,
reformed, right? Like, do you believe in giving it? Like, if like, okay,
yeah. It's
I'm kind of gonna,
complicated. I didn't really get to it well, but like, yeah, we have to find a balance there. Like,
yeah,
what can be redeemed and what can't. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
exactly. No, and I'm kind of gonna jump the gun a little bit here, like move forward, but I think there's no other way to explain it. So now that he stepped down, right? There's somebody else has to be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the issue then becomes is, do you let the like just the Democratic Party put a cookie cutter DNC, you know what I mean, establishment Democrat in that just not gonna win against Susan Collins, because people don't want
Right.
that. People don't want a Janet Mills. They overwhelmingly
Yeah.
don't want that, or voted against her in the primary. They voted for somebody like Graham Plattner. And then part of it, the reason they voted for Graham Plattner was because of his policies, his anti-Israel stance. It's like that's his number one thing. Medicare
Yeah.
for all, yeah. Those are all there. Like those are, he believes in all those. And again, I genuinely think he believes in all those.
I think so too.
I think so.
I also believe all of this was fueled by PTSD and alcoholism and all that. I don't think
Yeah.
he's inherently a bad person. The only thing that makes me question that a little bit is like, why didn't he drop out after the New York Times article? Because he had to
Yeah.
have known this was coming.
He had to have known
It
this
just
coming.
shows like a weird like hubris. Like I don't really know how to explain
He's denying it still.
that away. Yeah, and I didn't like that video that he put out of him stepping down, because he like
Yeah.
it's kind of like we talked about a few episodes ago, like me just feeling weird listening to him talk and how it doesn't feel like he takes accountability. Now
Where I
we
said
know
you just never-
why.
Yeah.
Because he
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
But it's
yeah.
like, even still, I'm obviously not expecting him to make a video of him being like, yeah, I did do that. Sorry, everyone. But
Because
like,
then he's just going to jail.
there's a much more tactful way, I
Of
feel
doing
like, to not say like, yeah, I did that, but to acknowledge the pain that this would have caused various types of communities, everyone who supported you. Like, I feel like his whole video was just like, I'm the victim here, they're attacking me. It wasn't,
Yeah.
you know,
I didn't
so
like
many
that
people
either.
worked hard for this, and I feel really sorry. Also, anyone who is triggered by this horrible story that they heard, like, and you know, the women who have gone through sexual assault, who have to listen to this and relive it, like, I can't imagine what you're going through. Like, none of that comes up, like, no acknowledgement. It's just like, he just like we said, he just made himself a victim. So it's like,
Yeah.
there's like, I don't believe that he's disingenuous about the policies that he proposed, but I still like, I don't want to say I think he's a bad person. I think the things that he did were because of PTSD. I don't know how. I'm like struggling to mentally come to terms with this part of it, like his reaction and his continuing with the race. I don't really know.
No, I think the way you've said it is the correct way. It's hard. It's really hard.
I just like mentally, I just keep like, I'm like, what is this person? But we'll never know because we don't live inside his head. You know, I don't know.
No, Orion Aries, it's a Proud Boys. I can't type it because it wants me to log in. For anyways, no. So when we had that conversation, right, and I was like, well, no, I don't think you should apologize.
Oh, they actually weren't the Proud Boys. There was somebody else. I'm sorry.
Oath Keepers.
Maybe. Sorry. Keep going with your point. I'm listening.
Okay. Yeah. So I still stand by the point that maybe apology isn't necessarily the thing, and I'm gonna reiterate like what I said in that episode. Is you Patriot. Are not your Patriot, the Patriot Front. You are not the victim here. You are not the victim here. Like that's
exactly.
Like,
there is no.
You can't
there's no reality where you're the victim. Like this wasn't like I'm being attacked. Like just you saying that.
Well, yeah, you are being attacked.
Like
no, but he is being attacked, but it's a justified attack. Like, it's a justified attack.
Well, no, but he's not saying like, oh, I'm being attacked. He's saying like this was a coordinated effort by the establishment to take me down.
It could be. No, but it could be though. Like, but that much very could be true. Like, it could be but it doesn't change the fact. Like, all of that could very much be true. The same thing with like Lindsay FIFA. Like, that incident with her could have happened, but she still took that incident and tried to use it as a political pawn. You are being attacked by the establishment. You are being attacked by somebody like Chuck Schumer because he didn't like you. He didn't want you. He wanted Jenny Mills. That's his choice. You are going to be attacked by the Republicans because you're running against Susan Collins and they want to keep their majority. Like that much is an obvious thing. You got to expect that, but that doesn't change the fact of what you did.
Right.
Like we're talking about what you did, not what is happening to you right now. You may be a victim in the sense that you're like, this is.
Well,
your own actions are coming back to hurt you. Like you're a victim of your own actions. Sure.
My own actions.
Yeah,
I mean, that's why you should know better than to run for Senate.
Right.
Small. I mean, you know.
Right.
Know better.
And again, like I truly believe he despises Israel for what they're doing, and that is the correct position. I do believe, like his experience. It's kind of something you said, right? Like, how much do I trust his judgment now with all the mistakes he's made? That's a hard one to answer. Like, that's like, like looking into crystal ball and trying to tell the future. You can't judge it. Do I believe him for all the things that he wants to do with, taking power away from the corporations, from Israel and all that stuff? I'm sorry. I do believe him. I don't know. Knowing that, like, I think, and this is just me thinking, I can't be in his head. I think what he thought is like, I have a fucked up past, and he said that. He's acknowledged that. And again, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking make excuses for the guy because like he's past news. We shouldn't be talking about this. Anyways, he's over. It's done. It's done for him. Like he's gone now. Yeah. Like he's not. It's never gonna happen for him. But I made a TikTok today where I was talking about like whether you're red, white, and blue, whatever, purple state, blue state, red state, center right, far right, leftist, rightist, whatever. Unless you're Stephen Miller, then you're not human. Every American citizen has this thought, like, we need to make this country better, right? Like, we just do. Like, the reason I say this, and this is going to be a long tirade, but I'm going to apologize for that. Like, the necessary conversation people with Bob and the two parents, you know what I'm talking about? The two MAGA parents and the brother and the sister. Yes. Okay. So the sister owns a bakery. It's called Hive Bakery. She posted a TikTok today where it's just her answering the phone, and it's just these MAGA nut jobs like just hounding her, you know what I mean? Like day in, day out. And she opens up with, she's like, no, I want America to be great. I just don't think Donald Trump gets us there, right? It's just that, like that simple thing. Like every American wants America to be great. It's just people disagree on on the avenue to get there. I think Graham Plattner is one of those things that is just going to happen. That is just going to happen, right? Like on this
being
road.
a rapist doesn't like mean you don't want like your groceries to be cheaper.
Right. Like being a racist doesn't mean you want groceries. You want cheaper groceries. Like so on this path, this is how I see it, right? Like like everybody's on this path. Everybody thinks this path needs to be built this way. It's just the road we're building, right? As we move forward, everybody has different plans to build this road, but everybody wants to build that road. Like that, like we forget that a lot, right? Like we forget that a lot. And for leftists and for people that want to build this country to be better, the Republicans are scared. They're scared people, right? Like that they live in constant fear, whether it's from foreigners or from losing something or from being fearful, but they're scared. I don't know if you watched my TikTok, the last one I made.
The one you put up, did you just do one today or did you
I did two today.
Okay, I didn't see the second one.
Okay, so I'm gonna basically tell you, like every time I go to a different country, I will always try to talk to people, like especially in an Uber, if they're willing to talk to me. So I talked to a bunch of people.
You hold them hostage, and
I do, because they're you're in here with me, brother. You're in here with me. You were gonna have a fucking conversation. Casey hates it. Casey fucking hates it. But anyways, so I talked to the first Uber I got in. It was an Algerian guy, Omar. Awesome guy. Awesome fucking guy. I go, hey, how do you feel about Macron? He's like, I fucking hate him. I was like, oh, how do you feel about Marine Le Pen? She's the far right figure in France. She's in jail now because she tried to fucking do some fuck shit. Yeah, but she's still very popular. Not in Paris, but like in the outskirts and like the countryside. You know what I mean? Like it's it's their Republican, but like she's a
MAGA of the.
But like their far right are Chuck Schumer's. Like that's their far right, right?
Yeah, so makes sense.
It's not really like our Republicans. Our Republicans are
well, I'm sure they still like universal health care, so I guess they're still further to the left.
Yeah. 100%. They still believe in better wages, better health care, better infrastructure, all that stuff. Their big leftist thing is like they just don't like the immigrants. That's what it is. Yeah. Right. So Omar goes, Marine Le Pen is very unpopular in Paris, which is a super diverse city. It's a super diverse city. Like it's like New York Times 10 in terms of like diversity. There's so many people. There's Algerians, Moroccans, Africans, Senegalese, like Indians. I kept constantly hearing my language. It's the weirdest thing ever because I would turn around like to see who the fuck is talking and I couldn't figure it out. And then you have on our side, on the right side is Mélenchon. Luc Mélenchon is his name. He's the socialist, right? So I asked him, I was like, well, how do you feel about Mélenchon? He's like, it's a fairy tale. It's a fairy tale. And he's like, but he's like, I don't really care too much about it because I see them all as corrupt, right? Yeah. No, but I listen, autism is politics and I have to get my itch off. I couldn't get on Instagram. I couldn't like keep up with the news, so I had to fucking talk to somebody about the fucking news.
Can you just check your feed real quick and just tell me like what's going on?
Because I wanted to talk to him. I was like, well, how do you? Because we kept circling every time we would take the Uber. We would go past the Parliament building, you know what I mean, and the Bastille Day, and where the French Revolution. Because the French Revolution is big. Like the French Revolution is big in France. They make jokes about it. There's structures everywhere about it. Yeah, all the time. Like when we were doing the Louvre tour, they were making jokes. Anyways, let me finish the point because it's a long point, and I don't want to make it longer.
We're gonna circle back at some point.
So yeah. So he was like, I don't really care. I don't really care what any of the political parties do. All I really care about is my rent, and all I care about is all my bills are paid, and I can go have fun with my friends. That's all I care about. He's like, he's a young guy. He's like, that's all. He drives an Uber. He's like, this is what I do. My parents are back in Algeria and they built a house over there. I go there once.
Hot take. Let's abolish parties. Let's abolish you
Yeah,
know,
they would
political
riot.
parties.
They would that parties. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
And
yeah, what? yeah, I'm the
I
fun
thought you meant like
police.
partying, and
I'm
I'm
just
like,
the fun
oh
police.
no.
No more parties. No political parties.
Why did you turn into Stephen Miller all of a sudden? What? What the fuck just happened?
I don't think people should have fun anymore, ever. I think you should be working. You should be working.
So I talked to another guy. I forgot his name now. And he kind of said the same thing. He's like, "Oh, Mary Le Pen, ideologically can't see myself ever supporting her. Macron, fucking hate him, but Mélenchon is a little different. Like he's a little different. I don't know how much he can get." And then the last person that I talked to was from Mali, and what was his name? Babu something. I can't remember his like the last part of his name, but it was Babu something. Um, Brilliant guy. Love the fucking guy. He was so awesome. And he says the same thing. He's like, "Oh, Marie Le Pen is crazy. We'll never get in power in Paris, at least. But Macron, fucking stupid. But he stays in power because you have Marie Le Pen, who gains power outside of Paris, but can never gain power in Paris. So she can never like really be in power unless like they gain more and more and more stuff, and then like actually push Macron out." But then there's so many different parties. There's like 10 different parties in Paris, but they all kind of coalesce around Macron to fight the far right because their leftists don't really gain that much power, right? And I asked him, I was like, why don't the leftists gain power? Like, because the leftists want to do like better wages, less austerity, more social services and stuff like that. And he goes, it's a fairy tale. Like, I want more wages, but I don't believe him. You know what I mean? It's like, so the thing is like,
interesting.
And that was my answer to why people like the Oklahoma thing, right? When the people were like voting for the minimum wage, why would you not vote for more money in your pocket, right? And that was the answer, right? Like that was the answer. It's like the hope isn't there. Like they hear something and then they go, there's absolutely fucking not. Absolutely, there's no way you could do this. This is a fairy tale. The real life doesn't work like that. How many times do we hear that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's part of it. I think a lot of it with Oklahoma is just people not wanting good things to happen to other people.
True, but it's because of fear. It's because of
fear.
That's the
point
I'm going to.
They go, oh, I guess
the immigrants are going to get
the same point. It's that, right? And it's also like, oh, well, the costs are going to go up because these companies are just going to pass it on to us. Like, sure. Yeah, right. So it's like a lack of hope, a lack of imaginations.
Exactly. And that this is kind of my message is on this road for us leftists.
Which is valid, because that's why I don't believe AI is going to be like the savior of humanity. I think, billionaires are just going to like take any like productivity profits, like, because historically that's what happens. But sorry, I just kind of diatribed.
No, you're kind of there, but I think AI is not going anywhere. AI is here to stay.
Yeah, but we're not going to get I don't think we're going to get any significant universal basic income off of it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so either. I don't know if you watched the Michigan debate with Syed and Haley Stevens.
I watched it in clips, but I don't think I watched one about them talking about AI.
Yeah, Abdul goes, and this is kind of on the topic of AI. I think the best solution from anybody that I've heard yet, and Abdul kind of stole it a little, is from Shirkat Chakrabarti. Okay. From San Francisco. He didn't win his thing. He's not top 2, so he's not going to move forward. But he had the best solution as to how to handle AI because he's a tech guy. He understands.
I was going to say he was.
He's a centimillionaire.
Part of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, he's a centimillionaire. So even if he didn't win, he's not struggling. Yeah, I don't feel bad for him at all. Yeah. I just feel bad for everybody else and us mainly because we don't get a progressive in office.
Yeah.
But what he said was AI. All these AI companies need to be under the.
We're gonna get taken over by AI.
See, I like your stuff, but when they're going to have bots doing a thing, nah, we'll be here. You can't have these original thoughts on AI. It's just impossible. But
Sure.
anyways, but what he said was AI companies need to be co-opted. Maybe they can remain private, but it needs to be under the umbrella of the United States government, of the elected officials. So it needs to be dictated by the people. People vote their representative in, then the representative will decide at what the direction um, uh, AI will go in, right? And Abdul kind of said the same thing. He didn't go so far as to say that because that is literally nationalizing AI, which is I'm all in the favor of. Fucking nationalize AI, nationalize airplanes, nationalize trains, nationalize resources, nationalize oil. Do it. Electricity, water, and all that stuff too. Um,
I mean, ideally not under a fire rate government, but
but yeah.
but I
But
guess those
still,
things kind of go hand in
but you get
hand.
regulations that way at least.
Like,
Like the
yeah,
thing about government is though, this is the thing about power that people don't understand. Like once something is in, it's very hard to get rid of, especially with government. It's very
Mhm.
hard to get rid of, right? So if you put it under government and you put s- regulations on it, it's very hard to get rid of them unless you're Trump, where you can just go like, you know what I mean? But like anybody
I
else,
don't feel
it's
like
very hard to.
doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. But ideally, like Congress is supposed to fight back against that stuff.
Mhm.
They're not. That's the other part where it's fucked up. But if we have more leftists and leftist people,
Yeah,
it just makes
sure.
it
I mean,
easier.
if Congress actually, like acts on its own power, then
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
a different story. But I mean, kind of like I said, I think a government that nationalizes these systems is also a more leftist government. I
Oh,
mean, they kind of go hand in
very
hand,
much,
right? Like,
very, very, very much so.
so it's kind of like moot, but
Yeah. So Abdul kind of said the same thing. He's like, well, we need to create a kind of like a FCC, FTC kind of like organization that is empowered by Congress, but appointed by the president to handle AI. Like his job is to just make sure AI doesn't dysregulate the entire industry and all that stuff. Because just coming out, one of the biggest energy providers in the country is saying we're going to have rolling blackouts next year because of the data center power suckage. So
well,
get ready to lose power in everywhere, especially if you're in Texas, because they don't really give a fuck
yeah, I
out there.
forget the name of it, but they cover like 13 states, something
Yeah,
like that. Like huge
yeah,
amount of states. I know they do North Carolina. I don't think they do South Carolina, but
yeah. So
cool stuff.
that is coming. But to go back to my point was um,
Yeah, we
us
digress. Yeah.
leftists, us leftists can't get discouraged by platiners because there are going to be thousand platiners. There's going to be so many of these people, and
Yeah.
you just have to keep moving. You can't turn around and just be like, well, no, Grand Platinum, it's another Grand Platinum, it's another John Fetterman. Like, you know what I mean? Can't do anything about it. You got to just keep. You just got to keep pushing
Yeah,
forward
I
and
mean, there's
forward and
only
forward.
so much
There's
they
no other
can do
options.
to
Yeah,
avoid it. I think we can be careful about, certain behaviors, and when we start to see patterns evolve.
which is why I think it's good to only trust DSA members.
Right. I mean, they do have a more rigorous vetting
Um,
process, and
Process exactly.
they barely endorse anyone. It seems like that's not
Hardly
like it's hard to get a DSA
endorsement. Yeah,
endorsement.
yeah.
I mean, one of the I don't know why I'm blanking on his name, but I mean, somebody who is potentially in the running for replacing Graham
Troy
Plattner. I
Jackson
guess we'll see. Troy Jackson is DSA
endorsed
endorsed, so
and Bernie endorsed.
well, so is Graham
So,
Plattner. But we
well,
have to
yeah,
forgive Bernie. I don't know why everybody's like suddenly like
it's all
he's the
dude is
worst. So, like, come on,
fucking
chill.
80 million years old. Like
I mean, he,
how was
he
he supposed to
endorses a
fucking
lot of
know?
people too.
He
Like,
does. He
I
does.
mean, he endorses pretty much any not. I mean, I don't know, but pretty much
He
anyone
endorses a lot.
who like speaks this
Yeah.
way, he's gonna like put his hat behind them. And like I said, it's speaking to that same hope. Like the reason why so many people were propping up Plattner for the longest time anyway is because it's like we feel like we only have so many opportunities to get like a progressive or a proper leftist like forward, and this was one of them. So we're not like excuse people for not wanting to just trash it like
Yeah. No.
immediately.
I don't really blame Bernie on it. I think you got a sub to be in my chat, Ryan, to be able to share a link. That's probably why. Um, I just didn't want anybody like spamming me with links, so that's why I made it that way. But yeah, no, I don't.
You can send it to our
I don't.
Discord. Do you have that?
Yeah, you can send it to a Discord. You should be able to. I think you're in there. Yeah, I don't blame Bernie. I don't blame Bernie. I don't blame Bernie. Like, dude is a Zionist. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
Yes.
like I don't hold it against him. He's 90 million years old. Like he was there when the dinosaur first walked the earth. Like he's stuck in his ways. It's just who he is. Um it's hard to to try to do anything about Bernie. So
Yeah.
it's fine. It's really fine.
Do we want to talk about? I mean, so we're a little over an hour in. Do we want to talk like the left's response and stuff like that? I did put.
Yeah, take it away. Take it away. Whatever you want to talk about.
I did put a video. We don't have to watch the whole thing. A Vox interview with Emma Vigeland in there. I watched most of it. She says some interesting things. I'm kind of curious to see what your thoughts are.
Okay. I mean, Emma hardly ever has any bad takes, so I don't know how much I'll disagree with her, but we'll see.
With her overall point, but I think some of the things she says are a little wild, and she should have been more careful. Is all.
Okay.
Also, like giving the caveat, Vox, is that owned by Ezra Klein, or did he just contribute a lot?
I think he just contributes a lot.
Okay, it's like,
I don't think he's that rich.
I don't know. I don't know if he's like a higher up in it, or like not necessarily owns, but I don't know.
I mean, he's been around for a while, so he could be.
Yeah, I don't really know. But all that to say, Vox isn't necessarily like a leftist. Like,
no, not at all.
But yeah, so I'll just go ahead and go into the interview. This is basically just her basically having.
I like the anchor though. I think the anchor is good.
I had never heard of him before, but
I've seen some stuff.
The way he conducted this interview, I liked.
Yeah, he's good.
But we'll just go into it. Just let me know whenever you have a thought that you would like to share.
Okay.
Ready?
I think he is leftist.
Wednesday morning, Graham Plattner is yet to drop out of the Maine Senate race.
I would think
this
so.
comes after Politico reported that an ex-girlfriend accused him of rape, and the Washington Post reported that another ex-girlfriend accused him of removing condoms without consent. Now, Graham Plattner has denied any allegations of non-consensual behavior, but his political support has already collapsed. He's lost endorsements from members of Congress. He's lost funding from the Democrats' national campaign arm, the DSCC. And he's lost the support of prominent backers, one of whom is Emma Vigeland. She's the co-host of the Majority Report podcast. And until this week, she has been openly supportive of Plattner's candidacy. She joins me now to talk about what lessons should be taken from the Graham Plattner debacle. Let's dig in. All right, so the Maine Democratic Party has made a public plea for Plattner to drop out of the race, and I'm frankly shocked that he hasn't already. Are you?
I guess I'm not shocked, because I do think they're trying to use whatever leverage they think that they have to pick a replacement that is going to match the platform that catapulted him to an essentially 50-point victory over Janet Mills in the primary. But obviously the deadline is Monday in terms of ballot access. He needs to drop out by the 13th. And then they're going to have, I think, until July 27th to find a replacement for him on the ballot. So time is of the essence in this way. But am I surprised he hasn't dropped out yet? No, I'm not surprised, because I think the campaign infrastructure and the Maine Democratic Party are currently in a battle, and it's going to last probably until Monday.
Do you expect it to last through that deadline?
I would expect it, because I think that there are going to be a lot of people that try to put forward a more,
earlier. I think in his 11-minute video too, I think he talked about it too, maybe I'm just like hearing it myself, where he was like, well, the people need to elect or maybe you said it, the if it's gonna go the route of like the DNC is gonna or the SCC is gonna just put forth a candidate, it needs to be a progressive candidate, pretty much like uh, along with
I mean,
his
that's what Maine voted for. That's what the people in Maine
right.
voted for. So not to do that would be undemocratic.
Very much is the Kamala way, right? Like it's
Mhm.
it's just the way it would have gone.
But I mean,
It'll be
at
even
least,
worse.
well, I was gonna say it would be worse because at least like she was part of the ticket that people did elect, and she
Yeah,
had the same ideology that people did elect. So it's
exactly.
like it's pretty different. Like if they put not that they're gonna put forward Janet Mills, but if they put forward Janet Mills in replacement of Graham Plattner, like
You're
totally
out of your fucking
clashing.
mind. You're losing.
And
You're losing the race.
nobody's gonna show up. Nobody's gonna vote that day.
Nobody.
Like
Nobody's voting.
why?
Susan Mills
Like
is
who
fucking
feels
crip
motivated
walking.
to vote
Yeah.
in that scenario? They don't.
Yeah,
They don't
they
care.
don't.
Like
They don't.
which is hugely detrimental because then we lose the Senate.
Yeah. Yeah. From an easy seat. But I think it's too, because I don't remember who I was. I might have read a tweet. I might have was listening to somebody who said this. They were saying like that. I think Grant Plattner is still going to pull his leverage, like with a threat, possibly. Like, hey, I'm gonna hold on to this. I'm not gonna back out. If you're thinking about putting forth a candidate that's like Janet Mills, no, you're gonna put forth a candidate that's has the same policy views as I do, right? I don't know if he said that in his video. He might have. He
I
might
think
have insinuated it, or I think I thought of it.
I think he did. Yeah, I think he did.
We will.
In
All right.
so many words.
Yeah, I think I think that's the feeling that I got out of it. Maybe that's what it was when I watched his videos, which
Yeah.
again, a little bit of a redeeming quality. I'll do that. I'll give him that. I can give him a plus
I don't
one
know.
and the
It's
minus
like
1,000.
I think I don't know. It's like I think that the party should put a leftist forward, a progressive forward, but I don't know.
But if
It's
they're
like
not forced to, they won't. Though
I
That's
know,
the
but
thing.
it's like is Graham Plattner's like interference there? Is that a kiss of death? Like I don't know. Like, do I really want like
I mean,
I
he has
don't
nothing
know.
to lose.
Yeah.
If he's a true progressive, if he truly believes in that cause, if he truly believes in the policy that he advocated for, that's what I would do. I'd be like, I believe you listen, I'm done. I would walk up to the DSCC and I'd be like, listen, I'm done. I know I'm done. Now, how fucked do you want to be? I can make this difficult for you. I can keep running this campaign and I could keep going on this triad like, well, this is Israel. This is the Democratic Party butt fucking me, right? Whoever you nominate, I'm just gonna split that vote. So you're not gonna win. If you want to win, you are going to put forward the candidate that has the same policies that I do, that anti-Zionist, free Palestine, anti-genocide candidate. That's what you're gonna do.
I think
That's what I would do.
I get it. I think it just looks bad to people that he wouldn't just like it's like, who do you think you are?
I would not care.
That you have this like after
I
what
wouldn't
you've
care.
done, and I feel like forcing them in that
I think
way
it's a redeeming quality.
Forcing them in that way to put forward a candidate, I feel like could have it could turn voters off to that candidate. Is what I was trying to say. I don't,
Sure, but I mean, I think at that point it's up to whoever gets put forward.
So
the ball's in your court now, buddy. Like, you take it, do the home run. You know what I mean? Like, I made sure you're on the ballot now. Like, I made sure you got nominated. You're on the ballot now. It's I watched a little bit of Troy Jackson when he was running for governor. I think he ran before. Doesn't seem that charismatic. I'll be fucking flat out honest with you. You know what I mean? Like, Grant Plattner is charismatic. He knows how to speak. Like, he knows when he does his like stump speeches. When I watched his stump speech a couple of weeks back, he speaks. I'll give him that. Like, there's a volume in his voice when he talks. It's not all of it, but it did attract a lot of Maine voters to him.
Yeah.
He is a rugged guy. People like that. People speak to that.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So Troy Jackson, if Troy Jackson is going to be the
doesn't have
guy,
it.
he doesn't really have it. But again, is that something you can develop? Is that something you can? Absolutely. You can go and make a fucking joke, but like, whoa, but this is the fucking shit show. Like, you know, that's what I listen. If I'm Troy Jackson, I'm going in there. Well, listen, folks,
I mean, he's
we're in a
taking.
fucking shit show.
I mean, he is taking
Be a
up
main guy.
he's taking up the moment, like, to be
He is.
fair. Like, he
Yeah.
jumped in. He filed, I believe. Like, I
Yep.
think he did file. He's putting out content. He's saying, like,
But so is everybody else.
he's saying what we're looking for. Like,
Yeah.
and I looked back at his, like, Twitter history and stuff like that. Like, these talking points didn't come out of nowhere. He's been saying, like, don't give money to Israel. He's been saying,
Has he? Okay.
Medicare for all. So
I saw a breaking point, not a breaking point, a Ryan Grimm video where he was talking about, like, yeah, all the points are there, Medicare for all, get money out of corporation, politics, tax the rich, but the Gaza genocide is missing. Is that true? I haven't looked into it.
well, I mean, maybe it's not like I saw a tweet where he said no more money to Israel. It could have been a new one.
Okay.
So maybe he's just addressing it now.
Because
Maybe
that was
he didn't think it was that big of a deal as governor, I guess.
No.
Maybe.
That's got to be his number one thing. That was the thing that spoke to Maine the most. That was Plattner's number one issue. That was literally his number one thing.
People don't want their money going to that. I mean, it's
No,
common
they don't.
sense. Like.
No, they don't.
Oh, I actually have. Okay, let's see.
Yeah. So, but I think to go back to it, like if I'm Graham Plattner, you think it's a bad quality. I think it's a great quality.
This was today, actually. So this is unconscionable. Anybody with eyes and heart knows the Israeli government is committing genocide in Gaza. It has to end, and we as Americans have the power to end it. When I'm in the U.S. Senate, I'll never vote in favor of U.S. taxpayer-funded military aid to Israel.
Good.
So
Better late than never, but if I can give grace to the UAW for divesting in Israel, I can give grace to Troy Jackson. Listen, I don't care where it comes from. To Trump today could literally go, Israel to aid is done. There's going to be only a Palestinian state. You cannot do anything to the Palestinian anymore. I'm fucking kissing Trump's dick. Like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The Palestinians don't care where their liberation comes from. I don't care how the Palestinians get their liberation. It could be Mitch McConnell's corpse that gives them that liberation. I am more than happy for it. If Troy Jackson does nothing else but grants the Palestinians their life and their liberty, I am more than happy for it. You know what I mean?
I'm in the chat if you think Mitch McConnell's alive. Like, I
had sex with him this morning.
Yeah, I saw that Hassan tweet and
tweeted that out. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I laughed. That was a good one.
That was funny.
That was really funny.
That was funny. Thomas Massey's been going crazy over it too. That's so funny. I think who's his governor? Andy Bashir, Kentucky governor. I think he said something out today too, didn't he? Like
I didn't see anything funny, but
no, not funny, but he's like, he needs to prove life.
Yeah, that was yesterday. He I haven't followed up. I don't know if I mean, obviously, if he got something, we would know about it by now. So he didn't get anything, but
he didn't get anything.
He put out
the fucking guy's wife is in China.
They need to prove some, give some sort of status update. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of.
They asked Trump that, by the way. Did you see
it? Know, yeah, and he was just like, I don't know.
I don't fucking know what the fuck happened to that guy. I don't like that guy. Fuck that guy.
I mean, at least I feel like they really aren't telling him because, like, they doubled down and asked it a different way, and he also said he was just like, "No, I don't know." I don't know exactly
I think if they told him, he'll tell everybody. Like he'll be like,
exactly. So like they're not telling him.
He has dementia. He literally has dementia. He thinks anything funny
he
has to say.
McConnell, rest in peace.
Yeah, 100%. He's making like yeah, never liked the guy. I hope we get a guy in there that's really good. Like, you know what I mean? He'll do something fucking something like that. But again, to talk about that maybe for a little bit, do you think Massey runs? Massey gets nominated there, or he wins? How did that process work? I'm not really too understanding of that. Like somebody like Bashir gets to just nominate anybody, or is he just like he goes like, oh no, you fill the seat, and then that's it, and then until the next election.
No, Kentucky. So in Kentucky, they have to do a whole like rapid fire primary. So he would, election. So a special election. Sorry, I don't know why I said primary. They would have to do a special election. So that seat's just gonna sit vacant anyway. Like they're not gonna do that. It would clash with the real election. So like whoever's running right now, like I mean. No, but because what's his name? McConnell's term is up in January, so like,
there's already an election happening.
Yeah, there's already running for like.
There was. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so it's like.
Oh yeah, that it's saying.
Yeah, I mean Massey's not running for
no.
So I assume he's not going to now. I mean, I know his name has come up a lot.
But will he get nominated?
I don't know who. I mean, I know on the left there's. Is he a DSA candidate? It's Charles Booker, right? Is he DSA or is he just progressive?
Oh yeah. He is DSA. Charles something, right? I think. Yeah. He is a
Booker,
DSA.
Yeah,
Booker. He is
so
DSA.
I mean, on the left, like that, obviously the DSA candidate, but I don't know who the Republicans are, which I should know because they're the ones who are probably going to win. To be fair.
Yeah.
Who is running for Kentucky Senate 2026? Andy Barr.
Any relations to Bill Barr?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Charles Booker, Andy Barr, and those are the only two important ones. And no.
I mean, those are the two that won the primary. So I guess if tomorrow it's announced that
Andy Barr is the next senator.
McConnell is dead, then they would have to do a special. They would have to call a special election
at the very minute.
Well, I mean, there still has to be time because I think technically, if Massey wanted to get in on the special election, he could.
He could.
Yeah, it kind of like reopens everything again because it's a special election. Like it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to be the primary people. All of those people could go in again if they wanted to, because it doesn't follow the same rules as like the general election. So it would just be a big mess. They're probably just going to keep it vacant because the general election's in November.
So yeah, in a couple months.
Yeah, like so it's all.
So it's really up to Andy Bashir, really, at this point.
No, how? He can't appoint anyone. That's not allowed in.
But you just said he has to.
No. I'm saying, like, in Kentucky, the law is they have to have a special election. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
The governor can call a special election, but he can't appoint anyone.
That's what I'm saying. So he would have to call a special election.
Yeah.
Instead of the primary. So basically the election coming up in November would still happen again?
Yeah, of course.
So you would have just a senator for like 3 months, and then they would have to go back and
probably not even 3 months. By the time they get through everything that they need to do for the special election, the person's gonna be there for like 2 minutes, and then they're gonna be like, "All right."
But I think it could be interesting, though.
Again. I mean, we'll see. I mean, who knows? Again, because, he could be alive, so who knows?
Well, I don't think he is. I don't think he is. I saw him. He was a corpse.
Yeah, I feel like there should be a caveat that like a stand-in or something can be appointed if these like elected representatives just go rogue. Like who's that guy, that Republican who's just gone for 4 months?
Just gone for like 4 months. They didn't know where he was. They couldn't find him.
Like, that's insane. Like, you should definitely get impeached for that, because like you have to at least say something. And now he comes in and he's like, oh, you know, it's for my mental health. Like, it's like, okay, valid, mental health is a serious thing, but like, you can't just like, I can't just not say anything, disappear from my job for 4 months, and then pop up and be like, oh yeah.
Did he win his campaign? Did he win his primary?
While he was gone? I'm not sure.
Because he didn't campaign at all. Like, he didn't campaign at all.
If he did, then I don't know. People in that district.
It was New Jersey, right?
Yeah.
Fuck.
What's his name? His last name is it Kane? Is it Dan?
Thank you for the sub, man. I appreciate it. Something like that. I can't remember. Well, we're off the video anyways.
Oh, that's anyway.
Yeah. No, I think it's the reason I say it'll be interesting is because it will just kind of like a preview of like who is going to win.
Yeah, I mean, but I think we can just wait until November. Like, you know, like
I guess.
It's fine.
I guess.
But we should maybe we should do something. Talk about Charles Booker a little bit at some point.
We should. Yeah. I heard he's good.
Not that we have a ton of influence here, but you know, I don't know.
I heard he's good. Good. All right. Well, let's listen to Emma. What she has to say.
Friendly establishment candidate, and the National Democrats are going to be pushing that route as well. I think it's important that whoever takes up the mantle here matches the platform that platform had, or at the very least is closer to it, because frankly, you know, I think while we're immensely, I think, betrayed here on the left, and I feel a lot of responsibility for the fact that our show was supportive of Plattner, and myself as a woman as well, and we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I do think that it's getting lost a little bit in the conversation about his personal conduct, that this is a movement of collectivism and not about individuals. Like, the past 10 years of democratic socialism becoming more mainstream it was sparked by the Bernie Sanders movement, and his whole ethic was not me, us.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to use that framework to talk about the Plattner campaign here. So
you're saying that he still has a base of support that powered him to that nomination that deserves to be respected in its ideals, is like the argument I hear you making.
That is a much more articulate way of describing what I was trying to say there. But yeah, like cutting off arms to Israel, taxing billionaires, Medicare for all. This is what my hope is, that whoever ends up taking over here, I hope that they support those ideas, because that's what the voters wanted. It wasn't about Plattner's voice, the cut of his jib. It was about what he stood for.
But is that a leverage that Plattner has earned? Like, didn't that be a conversation that happens after he drops out? It feels like the dropout question is a moral one, that some of that like kind of talks above. Like, why can't we just talk about that after he drops out?
I think that's a fair question. I think that there's also a moral question about representing the voters' interests in terms of the platform that he stood for. I think there is a moral question about him and his personal conduct. That is one that I think will inevitably result in him dropping out. But
you don't think there's any question that he does drop out?
I don't think there's any question. He cannot withstand this at all, and he should not. He should not. These allegations are credible. They're serious. They're heart-wrenching. I feel for the victim and that she felt that she had to come forward here, because the initial New York Times piece about his unsettling behavior did not contain in it allegations of sexual assault or forcible rape like this Politico article did. It seems like the Times maybe knew that this allegation was out there, but they were unable to corroborate it. So the piece was very odd, because it was written in the tone of something more sinister than was even in the text. And it left us wondering, and maybe I even jumped to some assumptions about why they were stretching. It seemed like they were stretching information.
This is obviously just conjecture, but I'm wondering if like it's not necessarily that they couldn't corroborate it. I wonder if she just didn't go into full details because she was just hopeful that the primary would take care of it. Like, somehow he would just get like taken out. Like, you know, like maybe it's not the most rational thinking, but I mean, think about the scenario and the situation. Like, it's kind of just like hope. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think that's it. I think with the popularity he had, Janet Mills dropped out a long time ago. Like, it was like, I don't think that was it. I think she was just scared. Like, this has become a national news. It is a national election. Everybody in America is watching this, because this is going to decide which way the Senate falls. So I would be terrified, you know, if it was like, if I say something, I'm going to have 1,000 news cameras outside of my house probing every single, which is kind of what you said about Ryan Grimm and the article they wrote. I'm glad they retracted it. That was like, I'd be terrified of that. Like, you're gonna go through every single piece of my life, every single piece of my text message. You're gonna try to question me, which is why I thought like that was not a good thing what Dropside did. I don't think that was the right thing to
Yeah,
do.
that was wild. I don't understand. First of all, if you're going to discuss rape allegations and you have women on your staff, why are you putting your 2 male co-hosts on to talk about it?
I have my
like
debate.
that was a bad move. First of all, like
Yeah,
second of
I mean-
all, yeah. That whole line of reporting there made no sense. It was poor judgment.
Yeah. I mean, Ryan Graham is okay, but the other one, Sagar,
I mean, he's a Republican, but
yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know. I didn't know he was a Republican.
no, he's a Republican.
Because every time I hear him talk something, I'm like, oh, I don't like you. I don't like you for. I thought everybody
Yeah.
had on Dropside was,
well, that's breaking points. So it like.
Well, it's part of Dropside.
Yeah, but breaking points. Their structure is they have. So Ryan Graham and Crystal Ball are like the leftists, and then Sagar and I don't know her last name, but her first name is Emily. They're both Republicans, and they just kind of, but they're like anti-Trump Republicans now. They're like Tim Miller type people, you know? Like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's kind of their structure.
Yeah, they're like centrists.
Yeah.
From they're center right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Sagar, they're very interesting people. They sit like I watch Breaking Point's videos sometimes. They'll sit there and be like, you know, and not from an anti-Semitism place. They'll be like, Israel is like the worst place. They're doing this, this, and this. But then they'll sit there and just randomly say the most like conservative thing out of nowhere, and I'm just like,
what? Where did
do
that
you
come
know
from?
what's going on in your head? like you're having a lot of cognitive dissonance there. Like how do you live like that? You know, like,
right?
so
Because
weird.
every time I listen to it, I again, see, I didn't know this. I thought they were all like all leftists, and I'm sitting there, I'm going like, you don't sound like a leftist. Why do I like you? I don't like you at all. Like, what is wrong with you?
They're not.
But I think not to get stunlocked again.
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. I think she was just terrified. I think she was just like, I don't want this. Maybe it just be in his heart, like this New York Times article. Because I think she did an interview with the fuckhead Jake Tapper, and she kind of insinuates in that a little bit. She's like, I didn't really want my life torn apart because look at what happened to Anita Hill. Look at what happened to the person for Brett Kavanaugh. I forgot her name, the doctor. You know, look, every single piece is just torn apart from your life, cell by cell. You know, everything's examined, and that's a terrifying thing.
Get sued for libel. Yourself.
Exactly.
I mean,
but I think that's probably not even what was like, okay, nobody's a saint. I mean, she probably has some skeletons in her closet. So she's probably like, well, I don't want those to come out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want like.
Well, plus it's kind of embarrassing. Something. Like, how would you like? I wouldn't like it if anybody like made me go through my like flirty texts or whatever. Like that whole video.
Right.
I mean, the drop site video or the Breaking Points video on its premise was disgusting because of that. Because like, okay, we're picking apart like a flirty text that nobody else was ever supposed to see.
Exactly.
Like that's not fair. It doesn't add anything to the narrative. It doesn't prove any point. Like you guys are just being shitty. Like
No, I didn't like that at all. It's kind of the same thing like sending nudes, right? Like it's supposed to be intimate, so something like that, right? And like nobody else is supposed to.
It's like, but it doesn't. I mean, it doesn't take away from the point. Like exactly. Like I mean, say she sent a nude that night. It doesn't take away from the point that he showed up uninvited and she said
consent can be taken away instantly.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter.
After
it doesn't matter.
Like I thought we knew this by now, and it's really disappointing on like a public stage that's like, okay, we don't know this. Like this lesson has not been learned yet again.
Yeah. I'm glad they apologized. I'm glad they apologized and because I like Dropsite. I do. I'm glad they apologized.
Well, me too. So like I saw that and I'm just like what the fuck is going on here? Like,
you text when you were texting me, you sound pissed. You were pissed. Like that text, like that. I was like, oh, she's angry. Let me go read this. Let me see
Well,
what
because, like-
happened. What did they do?
And it was bad, right?
It was bad. It was 100% bad. Like that was really bad. I was like, what the fuck, Ryan Graham, bro? Like, let me go unsubscribe real quick. What's happening here?
Well, yesterday I was having a whole moment because I was just like, do I have to reevaluate like everything?
Everything? Yeah.
I'm like, if it doesn't come out of Amy Goodman's mouth, I don't want to hear it anymore.
That's right. There's only one journalist left that I fucking can listen to.
Yeah.
What is happening here? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Turns out Politico was able to corroborate this account, and it paints all of the past allegations of unsettling behavior and grabbing and drinking in a whole different light. So his personal conduct, there's no way I'm going to defend it. But I am also quite wary of the vacuum that's being left and how there might be some moneyed interest within the Democratic Party that want to turn back the clock and put forward a candidate that doesn't represent the platform that voters in Maine decided was, Democratic primary voters in Maine decided was what they wanted to see represented in the United States Senator.
You know, I do think that, like, when I look at the video the Maine Democratic Party put out last night, they are saying that they want a public process and that there's been talk about things like a mini primary. So it seems as if voters might have a possible say even in this period. But I do get your concerns about the kind of question of ideology. I just wanted to make clear, like, when you read that story from Politico, did you think, I regret my first, you're saying you regretted your support for Plattner immediately from that article because of the new information that came out?
Running your first 5K? Hard. His first day.
I mean, regret. I'm not
Sorry,
sure
I shouldn't put that in your mouth. I guess I'm asking, did that make you think back to your previous advocacy and say, I shouldn't have advocated for this man?
I think it made me, I don't know if it made me think I shouldn't have advocated for this man in particular. I think, I made an assessment based on the information that was available. And I think that there are a lot of, I am wary of over-focusing on an individual's personal character over their platform. I've said this before. I don't really care if, say, like Bernie Sanders or AOC go home and they're a secret Nazi, but they go out and they vote for the right things. Like, we're talking about politicians as...
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Okay, don't say it that way. Don't say it that way. Why would you say it that way? You could have said it any other way, except to use the fucking word Nazis, dude. Emma, what did we like? No, this is not a hostile.
Yeah, so I watched this yesterday. So on the same day that I saw Ryan Grimm, I'm listening to this and I hear her say that. I'm like, I'm done. I gotta go. And like, you're looking at like. I was this close to sending you a text, be like, I don't want to do this anymore. Goodbye.
But listen, this would have been more reason to do it because we would have to do it even better. Like, why?
I know.
But like, no. I think she's just like.
I understand the point that she's trying to make.
No, that's not even it. That's not even like I think anybody like that likes Emma kind of understand. Anybody on the left kind of understands what she's saying. Anybody with a brain kind of understands what she's saying. But I think it's like
crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy what to say. But it's more of like anybody that got. I think this news hit people hard.
Yeah, clearly.
Hard. Like this came out of this article trucked people. And for the reason, because it's like, oh, all the work we've done so far is washed, is gone. Because I don't know if you know who Neera Tanden is. Okay. Indian fucking lady, insane, fucking batshit crazy, super close to the Clintons, is on a fucking
actually might
right
have
now.
Seen a tweet from her today.
Yeah, I'm sure you did. She's on a spree, bro. Like, she's on a spree on Twitter. She's on fucking CNN. She's on every single news network you think of, just going batshit insane. Talking about like, well, I think the most famous one that went viral for her is, at least the establishment vets their candidates, right?
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That's the one you've seen. That's her. She worked close with Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Andrew Cuomo, Eric Swalwell. What fucking candidate are you talking about, dude?
I mean, to that point, like, to the point of this whole video existing in general, like, leftists are being asked to answer for this to a level where establishment Democrats never do. Like, nobody had to defend, like, their support of Eric Swalwell, like you said, Andrew Cuomo, like you're not a bad person, but you're trying to tell me, like, I should have known the truth about Graham Plattner.
In fact, in fact, speaking of Andrew Cuomo, we were forced by these people to ignore it and accept him anyways.
Yeah. I mean, I think Andrew Cuomo is probably the most glaring example of how full of shit they are.
Exactly.
Like at
And
least
their
we
candidate
dropped
is
ours the
maximally
second
full of
that
shit.
we got like you
Actual
you
news.
continued
You
to
endorsed
push
it.
them.
You
pushed him after he was voted against. Like after the people
Yep.
said we don't want him, you continued to push him, and you had the audacity now to come and say like, "Oh, this is a leftist problem. This is because you don't vet your candidates. It's because you don't care. You only care about your agenda." Like,
yeah.
who are you talking to? Like,
right. No, 100%. I think when this interview, it's probably like literally a day later when the whole news broke. So everybody is panicking, like, right? Like all the leftist big media figures like Emma Vigeland, Sam Cedar, Breaking Point, maybe some at Breaking Point apparently, or Dropsite, or Hassan. You know what I mean? All these big people, they're going like, oh, we
Hassan's
fucked
the
up.
only one
They're gonna
who
put
I
this
saw.
on this.
Well, right. Hassan's the only one who hasn't made a major flub on this. I think like he's responded.
I haven't watched anything in a week. I don't know what he's done.
Every response I've seen from him has been appropriate, I think.
Oh, is it? I have no idea what he said. I have no idea. I'll have to go look at what he said. But I can only. He's usually on the correct side of things a lot. Like like he's usually on the correct.
Well,
as much as people like to
he
fucking shit on him, but
he was streaming as the news broke and so he obviously pulled it up, and his initial thing, he was reading through the Politico article and he's just like, I believe her. He should step down. And it's like, that's
it should be like that.
Like come on, like why is that so,
Yeah.
So, and I haven't
not
heard
that hard.
anything. I haven't heard anything since of him being like, well, so.
Yeah. No, I he's usually on the right side of things. But so I think like she's scared. Like, but dude, don't fucking say AOC is a Nazi. Like, what are you fucking saying?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of struggles through this interview. I think in general, like to articulate her thoughts. But
I think she's so scared to say the wrong thing.
Definitely rattled. And I think she does feel like she's talked about it a lot. She feels a personal responsibility, like she should have known or something. But it's like you can't predict like what's gonna come next, like we said. Like,
and this was I haven't watched this, but this goes exactly to what I said in my TikTok. Was like, there's gonna be 1,000 Graham Plattners that you're gonna see. Like, you're gonna be gunning for these candidates, and something's going to come out, because that's just human nature. Like, this is politics. People don't understand this. People don't understand this. Sometimes DSA doesn't understand this because they're not experienced in this, because they see politics as like everybody trying to do good. You know what I mean? We have to do it. No. These people are fucking evil. Like people like Neera Tanden, people like Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, Andrew Cuomo. These are fucking evil people. And then you have even more evil demons in the background. You know what I mean? They're going to come after you. They're going to, like Lindsay Fifield, they're going to use their own personal stories that are, if it can get them a leg up, if they can use it, they're going to use their own personal pain to get a leg up. They will do it. They just will do it. It's just that's the dirty of politics. It's just always going to be there. The lotus fucking blooms in a swamp. Like, you're gonna have to, if you want to get candidates, pluck them out and actually you're gonna have to go into the swamp and pick people out. It's just what's gonna have to happen. And when you're going to go look for those candidates, those gems, those true gems like Zoran, this is kind of another thing. When I was talking about like being hopeful, right? Like people are scared to being hopeful when somebody says something like Mélenchon, like in France, like, when Zoran says something, he's so fucking popular. This is the reason why. It's not the funny TikToks he does. It's not the funny like the suits that he's wearing all the time. It's not the smile. It's the feeling he gives you, right? When he says something, you go, I believe that guy.
Yeah, and
I believe that guy
delivered on.
And he's delivered. But even before he delivered, when he was running on a campaign. Yeah. When he was talking about free grocery stores, you knew like once he got into office, he was gonna fucking do it. It was no question. It was no question. This is and that type of thing is contagious, and it makes you want to believe in people. And very few people have that. So if you want more people, if DSA or anybody, it's just the regular people, regular DNC wants people like that, they're gonna have to go through a thousand fucking Grand Planners. They're just gonna have to. It's just what's gonna have to happen. You're gonna have to fucking hypothetically sacrifice 1,000 Grand Planners to let one Zoran bloom. Like, it's just what's going to have to happen.
Yeah. Well, that's why we need more people potentials in general. Like,
right.
Just like it needs to be more robust because it represents what people want in the end. So it's like we can't have it be like, okay, the majority of people want this.
Yeah.
2% of politicians like actually represent that, or like are even in the running to represent that. Like, it's just hugely disproportionate. So.
Yeah. Prince, you think that, right? Like, you think like all politicians are dirty and corrupt and stuff like that. There's a lot of people, that's like well, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, that's just like the go-to response, like, oh, politician dirty. Like, you think that, but deep down sometimes we like to think that they're in the background working for us. Like, even me, like, I'm not saying I'm holier than thou, like, or I know better or anything like that, but a lot of the times I sit there and we have this conversation all the time, is like don't they know, like, just climate change for an example, like, the world is going to fucking end when everything fucking floods, when the icebergs go that deep into, and the sea level rises like by 10 feet. It's gonna drown everything. That's gonna drown Washington D.C. You know, like, that's where you work, that's where you live. Like, you are at that risk too. So why do you keep doing this, right? We like to think like, oh, maybe they know something, and that they're going to, like, they have a secret fix for something. Like, maybe that's just me being an optimist or anything like that. Maybe that's my thing. But there's a lot of more optimists out there that do think that way, right? Like, they think like, oh, politicians sometimes are doing good. If you ask a MAGA person, he'll never say Donald Trump is doing bad, right? He thinks Donald Trump has this. They'll say politicians are corrupt, but then you ask like, oh, well, they must have a reason for it, right? Like, there's always that thing when it push comes to shove, is what I'm saying. But
well, right, because I mean, people like, have been driven to this point where they have to defend their party as if you're defending your own intelligence, your own reality at this point. Like, those things go hand in hand, at this point. Like, you can't say that your preferred party or a politician in your party did do something wrong, because then people are going to take that as your whole ideology is wrong, because that's part of that level of polarization.
What I'm also trying to say too is, don't make fun of me for this, what I'm about to say, okay? When you are standing outside of the Chateau de Versailles, right? You can the feeling that don't fuck off. I'm saying it properly.
Yes. the Chateau de Versailles. Yes, when I'm standing in front of the Chateau de Versailles, which I often do.
If you ever have the experience of going to Versailles.
Sorry, you just said like that was very pretentious, just like as if that's just a Tuesday afternoon for me. Like, oh yeah, always. Anyway, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna be, for the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be insufferable. I've been toning it back. Trust me, I've been toning it back. You have no idea how hard I've been stopping myself from saying fucking oui and boulangerie. Like, you don't understand. Okay.
Okay.
Anyways, but let me make this point. Shut the fuck up. Anyways, when you're outside of Versailles, right? You might see pictures of it. You might like go like, oh, that's like really crazy. Like, I don't know if anybody's ever seen the pictures of it. It's fucking massive. It's massive. You could understand when I got there, I was like, oh, I understand why the French Revolution happened. like that's the feeling you get. Like, you understand? I understand why the guillotines were brought out. Like, you know what I mean? So if you truly believe like politicians are corrupt or politicians are bad, you'd be doing the French Revolution if you truly believed it. If you truly believed it. The reason we are not doing that, dude, there a news fucking breaks in the United States of America, and it's a worldwide news that there was a fucking whole island where nastiest shit in the fucking human world was done to little children, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Half of the country is defending the guy that was best friends with it. You understand?
Yeah.
Like you understand what I mean? Like if you truly believed politicians are bad and they were corrupt and they were evil, the guillotines would have been out by now. You understand? Like that's my point. That's my point. We like to. It's easy to say like, oh, corrupt politicians, and we say that, and then it's just like oh, responsibility is not on us anymore. It's more of like, okay, we let people know that they're bad, and we've told people that, and it's that's it. That's all we can do.
I think it's very American to feel that way. Like it goes with our belief that we are, the freest country in the world. Like we have this belief that nobody else actually gets to pick their politicians, which most countries do. Like that's just how works most of the time. But like, we feel like because of that they're like one of us somehow, but they're not. I mean, Trump made $2 billion corruptly. Like that was news last week, and it's not news this week. Like most of it was off of his meme coin. Like, come on.
Right. And he's literally fucking the stock market every single week.
Fucking the stock market. I mean,
every single week.
There's suspiciously I don't know if this is considered like conspiracy, but it's suspicious that like the Freedom 250 fair or whatever that was.
Yeah, and then, what the fuck?
And the reflecting pool and stuff like that, that so much money is going towards these things. And they're really shitty. It's like,
they're really shitty.
Okay, well, where's the money going? Like he and his friends are pocketing it. Like, come on.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. So, like, when you ask MAGA, oh, like, all, pot. Oh my God. Let me get water. I've been talking too much, and I'm sick. You can play the video. I'm hearing it.
That's what you get for being pretentious.
That's what I get for being a chef de Versailles.
I don't know about that. I'm like, I think these are the lines that people are talking about. Some people care about that exact thing.
But why would it matter if they're public officials and they're doing the right thing in public? That's an extreme example to essentially say that these are politicians who are people that they're levers of power and they're tools. I'm not here to say that they're like, the greatest person on the planet. This is about a representation of the values of a party platform, about taxing billionaires, about bringing material differences to people's lives and changing their lives. And that's what.
Well, with this one, they say, well, he doesn't take a salary, so he's actually like as if his $400,000 salary makes up for the billions that he's
granted. Billions. Billions.
400 million almost made being president quite lucrative.
I value more than anybody's individual conduct, because I mean, it said. How many horrible people are in Washington right now?
For sure.
But who are centrist or center.
But yeah, I don't love how she doubles down on it after.
And you know what the funny part is too? Is she's this started off too is like, oh, when she kind of like acknowledges like, oh, I love how you articulated that. Usually she is literally the most articulate in the room. The way she talks is like perfect.
Yeah, I guess it's compared to Sam Cedar, who's a little, little rougher, despite having done this for so long.
Yeah.
Right. It's just that there's an over focus, I think, sometimes on the character of left-wing candidates. Dary-Lisa Avila-Chevalier just faced this in her race.
This I don't like.
13, and they get picked.
So this is a start, but she continues to make the Dary-Lisa comparison multiple times.
To Graham Plattner?
I'll let it play, but. Yeah,
it's like
I didn't like that at all. Like her tweeting, however many years ago or whatever, fuck Kamala Harris is nothing compared to Reddit posts saying that like drunk women deserve to get raped or whatever the fuck he said on Reddit. Like those things are not comparable at all. Why are we pretending like they are? But I'm jumping the gun. I'll
picks
let it
apart in
play.
ways that others don't, because particularly about their stances on taxing billionaires and frankly on cutting arms to Israel.
I guess I'm saying, though, like, I totally understand the focus on ideology over individual conduct, but there's the question of winning elections. And some of these personal conduct scandals have the effect of dooming folks in that race. I mean, the reason why Plattner was under scrutiny and was running behind other Democratic candidates, not just because of scrutiny out of nowhere, but because of former Reddit post, a tattoo that he seemingly, there were conflicting timelines about whether he knew it was linked to Nazism or not, and previous allegations of infidelity. Like, there are people who see those questions of moral character as central to elected office.
Okay.
I guess I wanted to just be like, were there warning signs?
Look, I get that, and should we take a little bit of shit for that? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with eating fucking pie for
Yeah, I mean, I'll
for
take it.
continuing to support Graham Plattner after the Nazi tattoo came out, after the allegation of him sending dick pics or whatever he was doing in all the Reddit stuff. I'll accept that. My counter here is this: I was given the option between it. Let's do it this way, just so we can better understand this, right? I walked down the grocery aisle. I'm looking at the shelf, and I'm given the option between two fucking options, right? There's only two things in this fucking grocery.
Supermarket analogy.
Supermarché. Excuse me. That's how the French say it.
I'm gonna go. It's after 9. I think we're done.
And yeah, you asked for that.
Anyway.
But I'm given the option between two things, right? Either an old piece of shit or some bread. I don't know. The bread could be bad. I can't read the expiration date on it. It looks a little funny. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do you expect me to fucking do? What the fuck do you expect me to do? I'm gonna take my chances with the bread. I don't want to eat shit. I've been eating shit. Maine has been eating shit. America has been eating shit for the last fucking 30 years. The bread looks a little funny. I can't read the expiration date on it. The bag a little bit open. I can see the plastic's a little ripped. I can see it might be chewed, but I'm taking my fucking chances with the bread.
I agree. I think it's a good analogy, even though you did say supermarché.
I want to ask clearly, were there warning signs the left blew through?
Definitely. I mean, I would say that is a part of my assessment of looking back on it. And yes, there were warning signs about his personal character. And I will say that you see now in the vetting process that was, or the lack thereof, that was highlighted in the Wall Street Journal was immensely concerning. And, there's a lot, you say that some of these people care about personal character, but most of the people that are taking a victory lap over a sexual assault allegation also supported Bill Clinton, also supported Andrew Cuomo last year. I mean, like, there's hypocrisy.
There's hypocrisy to go around. Yeah.
And I'm being forthright in saying that, like, up into a point where we're talking about.
I did speed it up. It's like a 20-minute video, so I put it on 1.5. I can slow it down a little. I just didn't.
I mean, it's 10 minutes, so it's totally up to you.
I'll do 1.25.
About forcible sexual assault, rape, or a criminal act like that. I'm less concerned with past Reddit posts since he's apologized for it and said he's learned. I'm less concerned with internet history, and Daria Lee's is another example of this. When you apologize and say, I could have done this better, I think we move on. This is what we're going to have to deal with in the internet.
Kamala Harris.
Come on. 45, essentially.
I get the point she's trying to make, but I don't like it.
I was very wary
Surely she could have had a better example.
Digging up
100%.
of someone's past. And I do believe that left-wing candidates get an outsized focus here. Yeah. But the difference here between, and I don't mean to compare Daria Lisa to Plattner's actions, but I'm just trying to say, like, why perhaps
good, at least she acknowledges
some
that.
of us were skeptical or more bullish on Plattner and trying to be more defensive is
I guarantee she's going to get a message from Daria Lisa like,
DSA
what the
was
fuck,
behind
Emma?
those candidates. And DSA does have
Literally,
a
I'm gonna be
democratic
like,
infrastructure and a vetting process where they can incubate their candidates and show that, say, Claire Valdez or Daria Lisa
or Zohran Mamdani, they didn't come from nowhere. They came from a process that did not exist in Maine, a process that did not exist in other places. I see that kind of distinction. I did want to ask about some stuff.
I'm kind of surprised that because he didn't have so Graham Plattner did not have a DSA endorsement. For the record, a lot of people probably are saying that he did not, but he did have a Working Families Party endorsement. I'm kind of surprised that Working Families doesn't vet better.
No, they go like I was having this conversation with Andrew about this yesterday. The Working Family Parties is kind of like just a mini Democrat Party. They kind of just go with whoever the Democrats give. They don't really do anything other than that. Yeah, they're not. They're not. They get a ticket. They get a ballot spot, but they don't ever really go against the Democratic Party. They're too scared. They're too scared. Um, too scared to challenge the incumbent, so they always usually just go with whoever's the Democratic Party is putting forward, which is kind of sad.
Interesting. I don't think I guess I've never paid close enough attention. I guess if DSA is really the only like major counter, then it makes sense that they have such a strong vetting process. They have to.
They have to.
And it kind of makes me not want to like anybody who's not DSA. It's like we have to, I guess, going forward, take a hard look at.
No, yeah, I mean, and again, that's not to say that the DSA is perfect. They
No, we talked about that. I mean, when you have, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but they also are notoriously slow. Like you said, like especially outside of New York.
Oh, so 100%. And the thing is, like, and I've already mentioned this to you in private. I don't know if we talked about this on stream, but and maybe I don't really want to. But there's like I know of people in DSA that are actively working against Andrew.
Well, right.
Like actively working against him.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't make
which
sense.
is odd. It doesn't.
Yeah, we talked about that. They don't have to do hit pieces. I don't think that's a good use of their time.
Exactly.
Period.
I mean, okay, I get it. Like you don't like him. You don't like the campaign he's running or whatever. Even though has every single policy that he has is the same policies you have, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're aligned on literally everything. He just refuses to work under you. But if you don't like him, why aren't you running your own candidate?
Yeah, I mean that's what bothers me about it. Like they need to put someone else forward then, and again they don't.
I'd happily go there.
They don't need to endorse him. Like no, that's not like. But you also
but
don't
you're
have
hindering
to
him.
You don't have to take the only progressive candidate out there out. I mean, unless someone is falsely claiming that they're a DSA candidate, I don't see how it's worth their time to even talk about it.
This is leadership.
No, I mean,
DSA leadership doing this.
I'm saying if a candidate is out there falsely saying
they're
endorsed by DSA.
Oh, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Sure, but other than that, like, leave them alone.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth their time at all. But that's just me.
So yeah, I think outside of New York DSA and maybe Denver DSA, there's the DSA across the country is very not good, very not good. So
yeah, I mean they need to bolster up. So
Connecticut DSA is not that great.
Well, I've heard.
I heard some stuff, more stuff that's happening on the state level from Andrew yesterday that I'm like, oh, this is not good at all.
Well, I don't know. It's just nice that they have some sort of vetting process, on the left.
At least that.
I don't know. I mean, obviously we have to use our own judgment on people.
And to what Emma's saying is too, like you have to look at the candidate. You don't necessarily should look at like what you have to look at the candidate's policies and maybe not the candidate themselves or like the party they're representing, right? It's the policies. Like a Republican could come out tomorrow and be like, hey, no aid to Israel. Let's try to get Medicare in there. I just don't want foreigners in here. Okay, well, it's a little, you know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? Like it could have every single policy correct, but maybe he could be anti-ICE, but he's like, oh, let's just shut down the border. You know what I mean? Is that like, do I go?
Okay, thought experiment. A Republican comes forward. Pro-ICE, anti-Israel. What do you do?
Yeah. See, like that's my only choice.
Well, I mean, yes. The answer. So it's. It's Chuck Schumer versus that guy. So I don't know. Basically, your only choice.
I have to go with a Republican.
Really?
It's genocide.
Yeah.
it's literally the crime of crimes.
I guess. I mean, I
I've
guess
seen-
in that case, he's correct in like something. I mean,
I've seen not to put a damper on our ending here, but I've seen too many kids
mhm.
blown apart
I get you. Yeah.
to do that. Like I'm okay with no Medicare for all as long as we fucking liberate Palestine. And I'm cool with that. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I mean, I think ICE is. Well, I don't know. 'cause-
ICE is cruel. But is it as cool as fucking what's happening in Gaza? Palestine? No.
No, I'm not saying. I'm weighing Medicare for all versus anti-ICE together. Not that these not that these need to be ranked because they're all priorities, but it's like just like I don't know. I was like, well, ICE feels a little more cruel, but also like if you look at it wide scale, like how many kids are dying because of lack of medical insurance? But this is all like hypothetical.
You could do.
I mean, I said like thought experiment, but it doesn't really matter. We need to have all of these things.
Yeah. It's not one or the other. But if I had to pick one, like we gotta stop genocide. Like that's number one. It's and that thing trickles down. You know what I mean?
It absolutely does. Yeah.
Substance on it though. Like, I saw Chris Rapp, the recently elected congressional candidate in Pennsylvania, take some flack a couple months ago when he was lukewarm on Plattner, and he was making the point that a black progressive could not get away with the set of scandals that he had gotten. That he felt, and I just wanted to have there does feel like a point of privilege that is baked into this Plattner story.
Yes.
Like, I don't think that the same level of grace that was shown by folks on the left to his a story of change is universally applied. Do you?
Running your first 5K? Hard. His first day.
Well, I'm not speaking for everybody on the left. I don't think it's universally applied. I would 100% agree with you that Plattner gets more grace because he's white and because he's male.
Yes.
But what's also one of the whitest states in the country is Maine, and voters in Maine decided that he was more representative of their interests. So there's this two-track conversation. There's a national conversation about hypocrisy about this. Of course, a black candidate could not get away with what
Not getting away with anything if I'm in
candidate
office.
isn't running in one of the whitest states
I'm holding
in the country,
everybody
Maine,
accountable.
and that was the context there. And so
I guess I'm speaking to the larger question of the left. Like I mean, I don't want to put brony bro in the Neera Tanden language. I want to ask about the legitimate question of misogyny and sexism in leftist spaces. How real is that as a woman in that space?
It's absolutely real. I call it out all the time. I think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez faced it. I think Kamala Harris faced it, and it's much more acute for women of color across the country. I think AOC faces an immense double standard, where Zohran Mamdani, for example, doesn't get the scrutiny for his lack of
I do think acknowledging that matters.
Level.
Yeah,
I acknowledge it every day on my show, but I get a little frustrated about the national conversation about Plattner because it doesn't match what voters in all that's really relevant here is what voters in Maine believe. And if you want to say that voters in Maine are more willing than other parts of the country to overlook past Reddit comments that were offensive and racist, then that's the truth. But my political project is about winning power. I care about winning power, and I care about winning power with candidates who I think have the right platform and the right ideas to transform the Democratic Party into a party that can consistently defeat Republicans and not continuously lose to Donald Trump. And we saw that Sarah Gideon, the last candidate that the establishment put up, got trounced by Susan Collins. In 2014, Bellows got walloped. And you had a race here with a candidate that had this kind of populist messaging that I thought was potent. My overarching goal is to defeat Republicans. So, can I, vouch for, could a candidate of color have gotten away with what Plattner did for as long as he did? Absolutely not. But the issue at hand was who has the best chance to defeat Susan Collins so we can actually stop the role of this fascist administration. And prior to an allegation of forcible sexual assault and rape, I did believe that was Plattner. That is not the case anymore. And so it's a disaster. And it's a lesson, I think, about, just to put a point on what I said earlier, the lack of internal democratic structure and vetting that allowed for Plattner to fill the vacuum that was left by
a flopped
Chuck
establishment.
Schumer, and Gillibrand and the DSCC, who put up a geriatric candidate who couldn't even crack 20% in the primary against this guy Plattner. And they boxed out all of these younger candidates who might have been, even in the middle of those two. And they were all kind of pushed into the gubernatorial race. Now these are going to be characters in this primary process or whatever it ends up being. But that is still on the Democratic establishment. If this guy was so problematic, and he is now,
why didn't you beat him in the
why
primary?
couldn't they beat him? Yeah. So, you know, I
Yeah.
was making a forceful case for him again, because this is not about someone's individual character. In my view, this is about a political movement, and what he stood for still remains. And that's what I want to see represented
Yes.
on a policy level, not on his individual character, on a policy level. That's what needs to be represented, because the voters in Maine resoundingly said they want to cut
Yes.
off arms to Israel. They want to tax billionaires. They want to fund rural hospitals. They want Medicare for all. There needs to be a candidate that is put forward that at least resembles that platform in terms of their belief system.
There's undeniably a story about Chuck Schumer, DSCC, and their inability to mount a candidate that could credibly challenge Plattner, and I think largely in these primaries has been a story of them misaligned with a Democratic base. I do think, to your point, that what matters most is kind of what happens next, and I think the Plattner campaign and the question of their positioning in this moment is central to that. I just want to have the last couple, I wanted to just go back to the beginning. Like, do you think Plattner should have a role in shaping what happens next?
No.
Running your first 5K?
No.
Hard. His first day behind.
Plattner, no, but his the campaign.
I guess I was
infrastructure,
asking
It's
specifically.
like,
I
can
should
we
say
at
campaign.
least switch up?
Yeah,
commercials?
I
Like,
think that they should. I mean, they have the leverage, and as long as it's
Do
about
they?
the platform, they won the primary.
I guess.
I mean, what situation? What other situation? Who should decide instead? Who should be the candidate?
I guess I really don't know. I guess I'm just thinking, why can't that be a question that is answered after this person gets out the race? Like, the order of operations does seem like it matters to me. And it feels like I don't know if he has leverage, considering those primary ballots were cast before a piece of information that feels like would deeply transform the outcome of that race. And in the window of time that there is actually a process in place, state party wise, to make said change. So I guess I'm really just asking about the steps.
Well, I mean, look, you know,
Yeah, Randy.
if in an ideal world, I'd love if he was able to just completely drop out and we wouldn't hear from him again, and the campaign infrastructure could be the piece, the actors here that have the leverage. Although, of course, there are questions about who knew for that long, and like you think I'm thrilled about this? I mean, I stuck my neck out for this campaign, and I received assurances that nothing new was coming. And
I wanted to ask about that. Like, you asked about those questions. Like, what did you hear from that campaign? You received those assurances that there wouldn't be this type of moment?
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, and also
Don't
I
ask,
on
we'll
Chris
answer
Hayes
it
publicly
after.
said this as well, and
Yep.
that was kind of the context for any kind of internal discussions on that, or like what I had heard. I'm not gonna. It's been a whirlwind 48 hours. I don't remember exactly, but yeah, you know, that was what the understanding was like, this is all they've got. Okay. They unloaded this before the primary voting process happened, and so that was kind of what I believed. Now I'm reassessing that. It's painful and difficult. It's professionally embarrassing, of course. But you know, that is where that is what I believed. I didn't think that there was something that this serious that was going to be coming down. But I should say, I think both of us would say the ideal would be to have, if they can manage it, some sort of blitz primary where voters can vote again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the reason why if they are holding out, I am still wary of somebody, the Maine Democratic Party, making this decision without voter input.
Installing a Janet Mills-esque candidate after that did not gain traction with the people in the initial primary.
Because I want to defeat Susan Collins, and that
has not worked in those previous elections.
Exactly.
I just wanted to end on, like, is there a candidate in mind? Is there something that y'all are you're advocating for? Like, it feels like a difference in, you mentioned the kind of political project. Is there a post-Plattner choice?
I think Troy Jackson is the candidate that there are some people are excited about. I mean, I know that he got the Maine DSA endorsement for governor, and that he's probably my choice as of this moment. But again, like I am in Brooklyn, right? And like we're all not in Maine, and Maine is a very idiosyncratic place. Yeah. And so as are many rural whiter states, and they make determinations about who they're going to vote on. And that's what I want. I want the party not to retreat into a lack of internal democracy, which is what we saw when Biden foreclosed the opportunity for there to be input in those primaries in 2024 and set up Kamala Harris to fail. That is not what I want for a candidate here. And that means having democratic legitimacy and having voters making that decision. So my prayer, I'm not religious at all, but my prayer is that there is some sort of blitz primary so we can have that, because it's not like, as you know, democratic legitimacy matters. It's not like, just about having some sort of ribbon on your lapel. It means that you've spoken to voters, you've gotten their input, and it bolsters you in the general election.
Emma, thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, I mean, overall, I agree with what she said and the points she made. And I think obviously, like the leftist point here, I think is the one that I agree with the most. Like I think it's correct. I think it's disingenuous to say like, oh, like, the left ignored everything that was obvious to everyone else, and they just did it because they want to push their agenda or whatever. Like, no, it was we were in a position, like you said, where we really didn't have a choice, and this was the
shit or moldy bread.
This was the only progressive that was put forward for us. So of course we advocated for him, and then we were betrayed and let down.
Turned out the moldy bread was too moldy, and it'll make you sick, just as much shit would.
So she said a couple things in there that were crazy, but her overall points, I think, made a lot of sense.
No, I 100%. That's the correct point. It's the correct thing that she said. Absolutely. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah. I mean, he won the primary. What happened to the vote blue no matter who, right? So he was your candidate. He was your guy. So if we are going to take shit for it, you got to take shit for it too, because it's vote blue no matter who, right? So that's your guy.
I mean,
it is just
the points of the Democratic Party kind of pushing this outcome, like, I think are valid. Like, I mean, if you don't put anybody better forward, then of course this is what was going to happen. I mean, you're not going to be able to force Janet Mills and people like her down voters' throats anymore.
It's failed 3 times.
Like, we talk about this constantly. Like, it's probably boring to hear at this point that it's like that the centrist view does not actually represent any voters, any Americans. Like, other than people who make their living, sitting
being consultants,
in news studios and consultants. Like, those are the only people. So
no, I agree. I 100% agree. What was your question, Mr. Aries? We shall answer it. There should be no left or right, just us people. It is all just people. You know what I mean? People just, like I said, people vote because either they're scared or they vote for things they don't want. They don't want to be scared, and they want to be a little bit hopeful. That's it. It's the job of the politicians to make you a little bit more hopeful. That's all. You're a centrist and a consultant. Yeah, well, you're fucking eating double shit, buddy. You eat double shits.
I mean, that just kind of proves our point, right? Like, you're a consultant, of course you're a centrist.
There you go. At the end of the day, the Republicans and Democrats are on one beach partying with all your money. Well, yeah, of course. Right. That's what we're trying to change. That's what we have to change, because otherwise it's not going to work. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. People aren't there. People may have been there 6 years ago, 7 years ago, where like centrism might have seemed good, might have seemed less scary, but in today they're not there. And there's only one reason for that. There's only one reason for that, is Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the reason people are not there anymore. Why? Because he's burning the candles on both ends. I mean, this is going to become a bigger topic, but it's because he's burning the candle on both ends. We'll end on this. It's the Ukraine war and the Iran war that is fucking everything up, and it's all started by Biden and Trump, and it's all just leading up to what we've done, right? Perfect example. Ukraine now has a ton of leverage right now. They're getting fucked hard by Oreshnik missiles. Everywhere, civilian areas are getting hit. Their men are dying a lot. When you hear Trump talking about like, oh, like hundreds and thousands of people, Ukrainian men are dying, very much true. Very, very much true. So their population, if you look at their population decline and the population of men, is dropping drastically. But lately, through drone warfare, they have been getting a little bit of a respite. They have been on two areas, right? One, they don't have to forcefully conscript people, right? So the population of Ukraine is like a little bit thankful that they don't have to be forced into military service, right? So the public sentiment is a little bit better. Two, because of drone warfare, the conscription doesn't happen because of drone warfare. Second thing for drone warfare, they're able to do a lot more unconventional ways of fighting the war, right? They don't have to fight on a more melee-to-melee combat, a gunfight combat, right? They can just do drone warfare at certain things. The entire fucking war is on Twitter. You can watch the whole fucking thing. But lately, Ukraine has been able to target Russian gas refineries as well as Russian oil refineries, right? What's that doing, right? It's making the markets unstable. It's making everything in Europe that much more expensive, right? Like their energy costs are just much more expensive. When the Iran war started, if it was just the Ukraine war, right, the energy cost for Europe was going to go high anyways, which is obviously inadvertently going to have an impact on us. But there was another route that was uninterrupted, the Strait of Hormuz, that was uninterrupted, that was completely going through. So there's pipelines going through, and a lot of oil was being transported from the Shahabad port to India. Russian oil was going to India, and India was selling all the Russian oil to Europe and America, right? It was still Russian oil, but it was just coming from India, so it was the way to avoid sanctions.
Sure.
Now, because of the Iran war and because of fucking Donald dumbass Trump, the Strait of Hormuz is closed. So both major pipelines where oil comes from are shut off. As Ukraine gains more leverage by hitting oil refineries, Russia inadvertently tells Iran more intel to be able to hit more targets in the GCC nations, to be able to shut down more refineries and more areas, and to be able to shut down more oil supply at the Strait of Hormuz. So both of those energy straits are energy areas are being affected. So it's candle burning on the fucking more end, right? Like if when Iran starts winning, oil just starts keeping going high because you're just fucking up the Strait of Hormuz. Ukraine starts to win, you're fucking up Russia's oil supply, right? So all oil supply, oil is a global demand. You need it. Everybody on the planet needs it. You cannot get away from it. Every single thing you can think of is made from oil. Not just your gasoline, your clothes, your chairs, all the computers, chips, every single chip, it's made from oil product. Food is made from oil product. India, my state of Punjab, supplies 5% of grain and rice for the entire world. Next year, the harvest is not going to happen because so much of the fertilizer that tiny little fucking state used comes from, guess fucking where? Iran. Iran. 5%, I think it may be a little less than 5% of the world's wheat comes from Ukraine. It's on fucking fire. So you're not going to get that again. You understand? Because as Russia begins to get hit more and more and more, they start to lose more and more money. They can't continue this war longer and longer and longer. It's almost 5 years since this war has been going on. They never
planned. That's what I was thinking this whole time. Like, God, this has been going on for so long.
Very long time. They're going to start to do a lot more crazy shit. They're only using their Oreshnik missiles. I don't know if you've ever seen a fucking Oreshnik missile. Those things are fucking scary.
Yeah, you sent them to me. They're
right. They use them
I mean, they
selectively
hit
because
it
they're
like
expensive.
far before you could hear them, right? Like,
Oh yeah, like they're
yeah, it's
insane, and it's not just one; it splits into fucking like 12, and then just
yeah,
like just destroys everything.
yeah.
And they
And
have
then you hear it like a minute later. It's crazy.
a minute
Like,
later, they break so many sound barriers. It's insane. So as they start to lose more of the Ukraine war, they're gonna start to do a lot more crazy shit.
mhm.
Right? The more crazy shit they do, the more impact this is going to have. The more crazy shit Ukraine has to do, the more crazy shit we get closer to maybe Article 5 being
Yeah.
triggered. So it's the candle burning on both ends. It's whatever happens on the foreign side eventually comes to America. This is why you are seeing people go, okay, centrism doesn't work. Republicanism, far right ideologies don't work. They just don't work because it's
Well,
endless wars. It's
and
genocide.
global starvation. Yeah,
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
Right. 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 And then there's always this idea. I think somebody in our chat came a couple of weeks ago where he's like, well, they're trying to just rely on United States, and that's why we had to capture Venezuela.
Yeah.
It's not enough oil. It's not enough oil. The oil you get from Venezuela, it's ton of it, but it's not the right amount. It's not the right kind of oil. Yes, we have some refineries that can refine that oil, but it's not enough oil to be able to fill 20% of world supply that comes just from the Strait of Hormuz. You don't have enough of it.
Yeah. I mean, plus the administration was selling it off anyway, so
It-
right?
right.
Like,
So it
I
doesn't
mean,
go to you.
yeah.
It doesn't benefit
I mean,
you. It's
right.
not it's
Our
never going to
economy is
benefit
still
you.
going to be fucked up. I mean,
Exactly.
you
It's
know,
Exxon, Chevron, ConocoPhillips. They're going to benefit from it. And our taxpayers refund them. We give them tax breaks more
Yeah.
than if you think like the ConocoPhillips is going to fucking feed you, they're not. They're not going to.
tax breaks, probably tax incentives every
Yeah,
time,
all of that. All
or
of that.
government grants every time they need to
Yes.
drill somewhere
Yes.
new or like
Yes.
like buy a
All of it.
new thing. I don't know.
Why don't we you can. I mean, China is doing it, but it takes a long time, brother. You don't like it's hard to comprehend how much oil we use. It's very hard to comprehend how much oil we use. Everything around you is made of oil. All kinds of food you eat is all dependent on oil. It's not just driving. It's not about and every single piece. There's not a single thing around you that is not made of oil.
Well, all plastic comes from
Oil.
I mean,
The chair you're sitting on, oil. The water you're drinking, oil. Pipes in your house, oil. Any kind of repair you do on a daily basis, oil. It's all oil. So you can find an alternative. It's very hard. It's very hard. And it's going to take a long, long time. If we start now, it'll take another 50, 60 years before we even make a little bit of a dent. We should find an alternative, but it's going to take a long time. It's going to take a long time. All right. I think we call it there. We went a little bit overboard, but that's okay because last couple of weeks. Last couple of weeks we've been ending
so
early.
this is we gave it back to you for a few weeks ago when we ended at 8:30.
Yeah,
there
we're
you
making
go.
up for it. But thank you guys for being here as always. We will
Yes,
be
thank you for the chats.
yeah,
We love
always
that.
love it when we're active. Yeah, so we'll be here next Thursday. We were supposed to have Cairo to watch a funny video. Maybe we'll do it next week. Possibly we'll set that up. But I think it's an interesting one. We should definitely watch it. So we'll see you guys next Thursday, same
Join
time.
that Discord if you didn't, Orion. Or
Yeah.
if you're not, or if you're already in there. Disregard.
Yeah, definitely join it. Liberty, if you're still here, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. And
Liberty's
you guys-
around at like.
he subbed earlier about an hour ago, so I appreciate it.
Okay.
Just scroll up in the chat. I think Annette dropped it earlier. But thank you guys. Thank you.
It might-
We'll
let me.
see you guys later. Bye.
Bye. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end it after I drop it in the chat. There we go.
Okay.
All right. Bye for real this time.